Welcome back to another episode. Happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you guys for being here tonight. We have tons to talk about. We have some, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know if it's a final release. I don't know if it's a tease of what's coming. I don't know what's going on with InArt, but I think we scared the hell out of it with these wake-up calls. I don't know what I did. I apologize, but I think what happened with us rushing it, waking it up this way, they rushed the project and it looks like, I don't know. Rudy, my friend, welcome. Welcome back. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Fabs. Hi to everyone.
Did you finally did what I told you and quit your job and that's why you're here again?
Listen, it's good to have a healthy work-life balance, right? I think I was doing a little too much work, a little too much trying to pay for all these third-party toys coming out.
That is true. That is true. We can never be out of work, you know. Even if we have to go sell pupusa somewhere, we'll figure it out, you know.
I'll figure it out.
Cyclops, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
What up?
Scott Summers in the house. Unbelievable. Look at him. He's unreal. All right, let's see, guys. So a lot, like I said, a lot to talk about. A lot going on with InArt. We have a tease poster from Toy Sapiens, Hot Toys Japan. We have, what else do we have? We have a bunch. We have a bunch of things to talk about. But first and foremost, let's see who's in the chat with us tonight on this beautiful Tuesday evening. We got William complaining in the house. It says video has 3 likes and it hasn't. Unreal. Unbelievable.
Smash that like button.
Yes, guys, don't forget there's 24 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. Let's see who's in the house. Let's see. All right, we got Luch in the house. Welcome, my friend.
How you doing?
Thank you for being here. He says, what up, my true color, Mr. Cody. I don't know what that spells. Let's talk Back to the Future 2.0s. Yes, we're going to get into that, which is very exciting, actually. Very exciting. We got Joker J in the house. How are you, my friend? He says, himbos and bimbos. Welcome, himbos.
How you doing?
Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got Rob in the house. Welcome, my friend. Channel member in the house. Representing the real ones, as always.
How you doing?
We have, let's see who else is in. We got 03 Mills in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being
How you
here.
doing?
Happy Tuesday. We got Paul in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being
How
here.
you doing?
Paul always in the house. We got Nefty. How are you, my friend? Channel member. Welcome.
How you doing?
Let's see who else is there. We got Carlos in the house. Welcome, my friend. FabsFigures in chat. It's on like Donkey Kong. Vamos.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
How you doing? We got Bao.
How you doing?
Bao. We got Leo in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
How you doing?
Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Another channel member in the house. Let's see who else is in the house with us. Guys, we got Gilbert in the house. Welcome, my friend.
How you doing?
We got, let's see. My God, you guys are on fire. Welcome to Thor.
How you doing?
How are you? Welcome. We got Thomas Jones in the house looking for Will.
How you doing?
Any Cody crime. Don't do it, William. Don't do it, William. Don't do it. He's joking. He's joking.
Well, he's mispronouncing my last name.
No, he's not. It's,
Yeah, he is, because it's Cody Rhodes from WWE, and The Rock says Cody Crybaby, so he's trying
oh, I see. I didn't know what that was. I got you. Okay. So I know.
thing, and good thing I'm a moderator on this. Found-
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. He comes in peace. Oh my God. Oh man. We got Derek in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here.
I'm doing.
Welcome, welcome. We have, let's see, my God, you guys are on fire. We got Albert in the house. Welcome, my friend.
How you doing?
Thank you for being. We got Chris in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
I'm doing.
Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. Everybody in for in Fart Baby Premium. Oh, we're gonna get so into that, guys. So into that. Because we have to make sure that the king, see, William, look. See?
Nope.
He said nope. Too late. Let's see who else is in here, and then we can get started. All right. He said don't do it. Oh man. All right, so first and foremost, guys, we're gonna go over, right? So Hot Toys finally released the full image of the dark side silhouette poster that we have gotten already, that we had gotten already. So obviously everything we talked about is here. There's nothing new, nothing different. Rudy, as somebody who doesn't really collect Star Wars as much as other people, or if any at all, I don't remember if you get a piece here and there, but I know you don't do as much.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the announcement of this line?
I mean, it's cool, right? Like this is actually, it's funny. I started collecting the lightsaber figures again. I decided I can't go trooper route, so I'm gonna go lightsaber figures, which killed me with Ahsoka because everybody basically had a lightsaber on that one. And this looks pretty good. I mean, a lot of them, I think it's the same thing you guys were talking about over the weekend. I don't think we're gonna get. It's not like they're redoing all of these. I'm sure they might redo some of them, but you've got two new ones, right? Who is it? Revan and Starkiller,
Yeah.
right? And then the ones that are more exciting for me are the possibility of getting the last two Inquisitors from the Obi-Wan line, because I
Oh,
have
so you
both
did.
those.
I was gonna say you did get those.
Because I have Riva and I have the Grand Inquisitor, right?
Right.
And I should have Darth Vader shipping at some point. That keeps getting delayed, and I'm waiting
where?
for Obi-Wan from Sideshow.
Oh, from Sideshow.
Yeah, so that one keeps getting delayed. So I'm just waiting for those last two Inquisitors. Those are definitely pretty tempting. And I've been eyeing a Darth Maul, a solo Darth Maul that your friends over at Toys for Kittles have.
Right.
And then I saw this. I'm like, is there a chance they're going to do another one? They've already released 3. I don't know if there is. So I just want to see how things pan out to see if there's any chance. If not, I'll pull the I'll jump on that one.
That's the thing, because at this point, the ones that we already got, from years ago, for example, Count Dooku,
Right.
right? What was the other one? Palpatine was already teased a while ago. Darth Maul. Does this mean we're getting a new Dooku? Does this mean we're getting a new Darth Maul, right? Or is this just for the poster, right? Is this just them showing us figures that that just represent the dark side, rather than these are figures that we're going to be making? These are new figures that are coming. Clearly, not everything is new, right? And not everything that not everything's shown on here doesn't mean that this is 100% coming. As you can see, like I said, I have a feeling, right, that if anything new besides obviously what you mentioned, Revan and Starkiller is going to come out, like I mentioned, the very first time I saw this, an artisan Kylo Ren, I see that coming 100%. I have a feeling also that if we do get that, you see the light up helmet that we got from, I believe it was the what was it? The Rise of Skywalker with that function. Was it, William?
Yes.
It was, right? It was like the glowing function and then the solid red function.
For the red lines on Kylo's helmet?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So adding that helmet plus giving you the original just black helmet from The Force Awakens, right? I would like that, just to, number one, give me the option of if I want to just have them regular with the regular helmet with the clean version. Second, as you can see on here, the red line battle damage helmet, or obviously, which is probably going to be the way that it's going to be displayed, with the head sculpt, artisan, hairstyle, or are we going to get, a artisan version, and then we're going to get a sculptor version? William, for something like that, what would you, let's focus on Kylo Ren for a second. What do you think are the chances of Hot Toys making an artisan number one, and then making a 2 SKU figure, right? A sculpted and a artisan, right? Clearly, it's not the norm. We didn't get that for Anakin, so we can't just assume that from now on everything's going to be an artisan and a what do you call it? And a sculpted. So, what do you think of that?
Slim to none.
Why? Because of the popularity of the character?
Because the character's been done 3 times, and they killed him.
So what does that mean? Like they can't make the artisan figure from him?
I don't think the want or need for it is there, based off of the fact that they've already done 3 Kylos.
How many Anakins have they done before the artisan?
Of the light side Anakin?
Well, how many Anakins, period, in total?
3, right?
Before artisan?
Yeah.
So then what's the difference between having 3 Anakins and having 2 Kylo Rens?
Well, there's already 3 Kylo Rens. But
right. So they just said there's 3 Anakins too. So what's the difference?
The difference is Anakin Skywalker is essentially the main character of 6 movies.
Right.
Still being used on
popularity.
Well, yeah, but he's still currently being used in IPs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. So you're saying that Kylo's completely gone and done forever, and Anakin's still being.
I'd say with how poorly the sequel trilogy figures, like Kylo Rise of Skywalker was in stock for quite a while.
Right. No, I remember that.
It did sell out, but you have Force Awakens, no head sculpt. Then you have the Last Jedi with the head sculpt. But he didn't have the helmet with that one, did he? With that release, or did he?
I don't remember. You know what's funny? I don't think so, because I have one displayed without a helmet, but I don't remember if he's holding it. No, he does. They all came with a helmet, I think.
Yeah. He smashed it in the movie, but he still came with the helmet.
Yeah, he came with it. Yeah, they both have it. And then obviously the first one, Force Awakens, they didn't have a head sculpt. Yep.
Yeah, and then Rise of Skywalker, red helmet and head. So it's like, my personal opinion would be that they wouldn't opt for a artisan of that figure just because, I don't see anyone going, oh my God, I can't get a Kylo. There's no Kylos for me.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. But everybody's still doing that for Anakin.
Well, Anakin, it's because the fact of bringing him back for Obi-Wan, using him for Ahsoka, I'm assuming he'll still be in Ahsoka season 2, even as a Force Ghost or something, because, spoiler alert, he popped up at the last scene as a Force Ghost. And, he's such an integral part of, the Skywalker saga, being Anakin Skywalker.
Right.
And with the way that the movies were received, the figures were received, and everything else, I just don't think that they would be like, hell yeah, let's pop out this, super expensive artisan, which, is also limited, which, you slap limited on it and people will buy it.
That was my next question. Would you personally, if they come out tomorrow and say, 1,500 Kylo Ren's artisan, would you be like, nah, I'm good because the character's dead?
I have 0 sequel trilogy figures.
But even so, even though the fact that it's an artisan, you'll be like, nah, I'm good.
Nah, I learned my lesson with blue and gray Batman.
What do you mean?
Like, oh, man, I don't fail Batman. This one's limited, and then I got it, and I was like, why did I buy this?
And then I ended up with it. So, Rudy,
Yeah.
what about you? Would you want an artisan Kylo, if they decided to make it just out of the blue for whatever reason, a limited number, 1,500, 2,000, whatever? Would you be interested? Would you want to go for it, or would you just be like, nah, like I don't care for it?
Nah, I have the Kylo from the first movie, The Force Awakens, when everybody thought they had a plan, right? And they actually knew what they were doing. So I bought that entire line pretty much, and I think that's enough for me at this point. I think William's right.
Wait,
There's
which
just-
line? Which line?
From The Force Awakens, the original Kylo without the sculpt.
I think that besides like Endgame, I think that line was the biggest Star Wars line ever made by Hot Toys.
This is where I learned my lesson.
15,000 Stormtroopers. Go ahead.
Well, that's where I learned my lesson about Stormtroopers, because they
Yep.
started releasing the snow troopers.
It was a
the
double pack,
Commander,
a single pack, a double pack,
right,
a
and
single
then it
pack,
was
a
Heavy
triple pack.
Gunner, and all of them. And I tried to get all of them. I was like, let me be a completist. I like the movie.
Yeah.
And then I just couldn't keep up. And I said, if I go down that trooper rabbit hole, I will never come out. But yeah, going back to Kylo, I think William's right. He was a character with a lot of potential, and I think the sequels kind of squandered it. So I wouldn't be jumping at it. I'm happy with the one I have. I have a representation of him in the collection. I'm happy with it. I'm thinking more likely than anything, you're likely to get a Rey from that cameo because she's coming out in the next movie. So I think there's going to be some new interest in her.
Now, William, if I apply your logic to this conversation regarding Scarlet Witch, since obviously we're going to assume that after Multiverse of Madness she's gone, why would they make an artisan of her?
Well, I was using Star Wars fan logic versus
not just like the figures gone in general.
Yeah, but Marvel logic, they have multiverse, they have the characters still appearing on the What If shows, they have secret coming out, and all the other things that the characters can and will still be relevant in ways that they've established would actually be able to happen on screen and written into the story, logically. Star Wars, with it being how they've basically been like, all right, cool, let's back off of the sequel trilogy and let's we want to work on more original stuff, and that's why it's okay, we're doing the Old Republic or the Golden Age of the Republic or whatever the hell that time period's called, for High Republic, for the new show Acolyte, and then Rey continuing post trilogy, where I'm assuming they're going to fast forward a little bit, and it's not just picking up with her walking in the desert on Tatooine after she just said, my name's Skywalker, and walked off into the sunset. I'm assuming a couple of years after, she's probably met a couple other Force sensitive people and is trying to figure things out together,
starting her own gang.
Yeah.
Harold, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here.
I'm doing.
Welcome. What were you saying, William?
I said Gucci gang.
Gucci gang. Let me catch up with the chat real quickly. Sorry, I missed some. Let's give him some. Yeah, I haven't played the watermelon in so long. I miss that guy. I come in peace. Don't do it. William said, click, see ya. He said, see ya. Rudy. You got fans, Rudy.
Everyone.
Brad in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome.
I'm doing.
Happy Tuesday. Thank you for being here. Bring me Count Chocula. Says a parent fell asleep at the it's a parent that fell asleep at the wheel. Let's see. I only want Dark Ray. Yeah, Dark Ray would be sick. How do you guys feel about a Dark Ray? Rudy.
I get her. I thought that's probably the highlight scene from that movie. So I would definitely pick her up.
You would buy one, or you would just buy, or you buy a couple?
No, just one. You know me. I don't buy multiples. That's why you got on my case about the Black Adam.
Like that. Look at that.
Yeah, I'd get that in a heartbeat.
Sick, right?
That looks great. And the lightsaber she had, right? The collapsible one, that was cool. I'd go for that in a heartbeat.
Yes, it says just with Padme that hasn't shipped in over 2 weeks since final payment was taken. They said they overestimated the batch. Oh, what? Wait, so you didn't get one at all? Like, are they giving you a refund because you didn't get one, or you just have to wait longer? Explain.
Sounds like just has to wait
Just
long.
have to wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I was gonna say because woo.
Yeah, there's some delays going on. I just got my Batman after over a month of waiting, and then the Scarlet Witch just got delayed again from Multiverse of Madness. So
Oh, okay, all
It's
right.
get worse right now because of the East Coast port
Bridge.
disaster. Yeah,
mhm.
port on the East Coast is closed, and so they're redirecting things to other ports, which are then going to overload them, and some of them even going all the way around, using the canals and whatnot to do West Coast unloading is just going to overload stuff over there too. So
Premium
We're in for
Hepsco.
some delays.
Premium Hepsco, welcome.
Yikes.
I'm doing to see. Maybe they'll do a sculpted Dark Side Anakin. I don't know. I think the Dark Side Anakin, I think, will be a sculpted and a rooted version. I think that sounds pretty good because the first one I feel like was their trial, and then now that they have now that they're pushing out both, right? They're doing artisan and sculpted. I feel like it's going to be a more common thing. At first, we didn't expect them to be that way, but now, as you can see, besides Anakin, every other one has been the 2 or 3 SKUs. So it looks like it's just for the moment. Uncarded, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
I'm doing.
Thank you for being here. Let's see who else is in here. Brett says, I want to kiss Gene Simmons' tongue. Let's see, man, if I remember the greatest American hero here. William Cody's opinions are not in any way that offend. My name is Fred, and I endorse this mess. Oh my god, you guys are nuts. Brad says, "I'm a cyclone with moving eyes."
You and me both, Brad. But I'd like one of the modern Cylons. Fabs made fun of me for that one.
Which one?
For the Battlestar Galactica stuff. Fabs was like, I don't want anything to do with your.
Oh, I think I remember. I think I remember that because I was like, "What the hell is he doing?" Hi all. At last managed to catch up. You guys live. Idis and Carla, I prefer with his helmet on, so I would prefer other character. Welcome. Nice to see ya. Hopefully, it's not the last time I see ya. All right. So it looks like Eric. How are you, my friend? Welcome.
I'm doing.
Welcome. Probably have to wait for the next bat. Oh, I got it. That's annoying. There will be artisan figure Palpatine when some. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here.
How you doing?
All right, let's see who else is in here. We caught up. Thank God. Don't take my money until you have my figure. I mean, can you really say that though? Don't you feel better when it's already paid rather than have your money like, oh, I'm just waiting for them to charge? You know what I mean? I feel like once it's paid off, I'd rather that. So I know that guess what? It's up to them now. It's in their hands now. So I don't like being left with things to pay off when they're like available to pay off. Mm-mm. What about you guys? What about you, Rudy? Would you rather pay it off and let them ship, or you rather wait until they're ready to ship and then charge you for it?
I don't mind. I don't mind. What I mind with Sideshow though is the anticipation, right? Because normally they charge you and it means your figure's coming. So that last payment, the fact that you have to wait, it's more like you made me wait now. And the collector in me, you know, the impatient collector wants my figure now. Like 3-0, right? 3-0, I bought the Rambo 2 directly from them. So they take all your money immediately, and it's like, all right, we've got your money, you're done. So that one I get, but for Sideshow, it's the anticipation. It's like when they take my last payment, I know that 2 days later I'm getting the figure like shipped.
Right.
So I think that's more annoying than anything else.
So it's being used to that's bothering you.
Right.
Yeah. So they spoiled you.
They spoiled because I know
What
I'm getting my figure.
What about you, William? Does that bother you at all?
That they don't ship right away.
Right, like they'll charge your last payment or whatever, or you'll pay for it fully, and then it's like, all right, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You're like, what the hell? Do you like care about any of that at all?
It's a little annoying sometimes, like when my TVA Loki charged without notice, and then they didn't ship it for 3 months.
I've never heard of that ever.
Yeah, it was around that time. It was a bunch of people were getting charged like the day or two before they would get the thing saying your final
right
about to come out or whatever. But mine was just the whole payment because I don't do payment plans. I just pay off the thing.
You're not a peasant, so we know. Go ahead.
It's if I did payment plans, then I would be looking at smaller numbers and be like, I could do more of these.
Well,
and
that's the whole point.
And that's why
the problem.
That's the whole point, you know.
But
When
yeah,
you see that low number, you're like, ooh, look at that. I could reach 1,000 next week.
yes. And you're like, I was like looking at my bank and it was like Sideshow and it was like 280 or whatever. And I was like, why the hell did I get charged 280? And then I went and then it was like, oh, that was TVA Loki and processing. And I was like, oh, cool. And then it was crickets. And then it literally didn't ship for like 3 months.
But that doesn't happen often, right?
It doesn't happen very often.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But
what about for you, Rudy?
No, it doesn't happen often either. Like
Okay.
the Batman is the first one where that's happened. Like even though I'm getting the delay messages for the other figures, they haven't charged my last payment, so they just keep on delaying it. So
Gotcha.
fine.
Lahara, welcome. You made it.
I'm doing.
This guy, you guys see on screen, guys, he's got to be, I want to say late 20s. He's in bed right now. He got a whole hip replacement. Unbelievable. Old man River. 03 Artist in Darkside Lando. Artist in Darkside Anakin going live in 10 minutes. We need to fire drill this shit. He said we need to fire drill. We gotta practice. We gotta have streams where we just practice that. He's like, get in the queue now. Oh my god. West Michigan Collector. Welcome. Nice to see ya. Don't be logical. I'm just being cranky. No, I thought it was a deeper meaning behind it. I was like, oh no, what's happening? Don't be logical. Blame Biden. Oh my god. Don't even let's not start. Let's not start with that. Because I know William's gonna get excited. So
follow me for more conspiracy theories.
So now, Rudy. Okay, so going back to you, since we haven't spoken on this, we haven't gotten your views on any of these figures. So you already mentioned you got the 2 Inquisitors, you got the Grand, and you got Riva, right?
Right.
So how excited are you for the other 2 to
Oh, I'm
complete?
pretty excited.
So
I those two.
you're gonna have the 6.
Yeah, I want to have those 2. I want to get those 2.
You're gonna
So
have
if they
everybody.
drop them, I'm definitely those are gonna get ordered.
So far, you having them in hand. What do you rate Riva and Grand Inquisitor?
Oh, Riva, I put a 9, and that overall, and the sculpt is one of their best to date. Grand Inquisitor had a little softening, but it's still a great figure. Very simple,
Yeah.
but classy looking figure, right? It just there's a presence to both of those, and I love the design on the lightsaber with the
Yes,
handle that
that
has a
circular.
curve. That thing looks
Yep.
cool, man.
Yep. And I love the fact that you could put it on top of his neck in the back. That's
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
That's sick. I'm waiting for Riva. I gotta get Riva next. I gotta get Riva and C3PO.
Riva's
From
great, man.
yeah,
You're
I
gonna
gotta get
love that
Riva.
one.
I gotta get Riva soon. I gotta get a whole bunch of figures soon, guys. Oh my god, I gotta catch up so bad. I gotta get like another like 6. All right, so enough of this, guys. So now we're gonna get into the king. Okay, I know you guys love the king, but the king looks like is slipping up and not giving us what we asked for, or at least what they offered, right? So, like I said, it looks like our wake up calls got them nervous. And look at this mess. So, as you can see, guys, first of all, do you two follow InArt at all? Do you guys buy InArt? Do you guys enjoy InArt's product in hand?
I have
Well,
not bought one.
You didn't even get the Joker?
Nope.
Rudy?
No, I got the 2 on order. I have the Harry Potter, and then I have the Paul Atreides. But I got for Paul Atreides, I went with the sculpted hair because it was the exact same package as the rooted, and I didn't want to pay extra for the rooted. I'm just not completely sold on that. And then for the Harry Potter, I did go with the rooted one, but that was more because it was a bigger deluxe that included the diorama base and some extra accessories, and I just wanted to have the whole set. So I've got those 2, but no in-hand experience. But I've ordered those 2 pieces.
What made you order them? What about them were you like, you know what? Besides obviously the character,
Oh, it was only the character,
Oh, okay.
right? Because like Harry Potter, who else was doing it? Star Ace? No,
Right.
yeah, no way.
It's
And
like,
my
no.
kid and my kids are my oldest is getting into it, so she loves it. So we've been kind of sharing that a little bit.
Right.
And then I'm a huge Dune fan, right? Not to the level that Brandon is if he's watching, but I love the book and I love the movie. So I got the Og Toys versions, and then I figured why not get the one that InArt had. So it's purely just based on the character. That
Gotcha.
was it. It wasn't so much the company.
I hear you. No, because I thought maybe you heard, what was going on with the company and like how they started and all that stuff. And
Well,
the
I've
drama.
been following them just like you from the get go when everybody seemed to announce like they were the second coming, right? Everything from the way they were marketing themselves, everybody's like, oh, this is so much better than Hot Toys, and I
Right,
always took it with take it with caution,
right.
and some of the characters they've had have been interesting, but nothing that I already have Hot Toys versions of a lot of those, so there was
Right.
no real need for me to pick those up. So they've always been on my radar, but it's not something where I'm like, oh, the company's super exciting and I need to get into the.
But even though they're premium, you don't feel like you need them in your collection?
No, well, I think it's we've talked about them a little bit, right? I think calling them premium and calling them the best company out there when they've only released what 3
Two,
figures, three and a
two,
half,
two and a half figures.
right? I think come on,
Yeah.
that's it's not to say that they're a bad company. They're just establishing their own little market. But yeah, I think to call them the most premium version out there, no, not at all.
William, can you answer this question to Lahada, please?
I do not think that we're getting a new mall.
Why?
Clone Wars 1's still in stock.
Yeah, but it'll be
That's
like
what I thought too.
it'll be like a DX 18 and a half or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think so. I think that that picture that they used with all of those figures was the mix of look at all the ones that we put out, plus
Right.
look at a couple more that are coming in the future. And if I feel if they were going to be going with new versions of those, that it would have been teased by now. And like I said, I was still upset that they included Moff Gideon in the dark side thing, meaning that they don't have any other dark side characters planned or done enough of a mock-up model, which you can poop out one,
Right.
in
That is true. That is a good point. They didn't even bother, like, I mean, not that I would ever like think that's a problem, you know what I mean? That Moff Gideon's even there, because I would have never, I would have been like, I would have never knew, right? I would have never known that what you said, what you mentioned about him not being a Force user, right? That I would have never known that. So
Yeah.
for him to be there never bothered me because I didn't. What?
They keep hyping it as the dark side event or whatever they're calling it.
All right.
It's more of an event than an actual, like, they're gonna showcase. It's kind of like when they did the Warner Brothers DC events, right? They did showcase a couple of new figures, but
Yeah.
it just seems like more of an event to showcase what they've done as well.
And hopefully it's not like the Warner Brothers one where they did the Hall of Armor for
That we're never gonna get.
Batman, and none of those ever came.
Right.
Who wants to know about the Revan?
What about it?
Are they making a new Revan?
Well, it would be the only Revan that Hot Toys has made, and they have a clear photo of him there. And
That's why I said that. No, you got to give him a break. He just got a hip replacement, so that's he's probably something.
If Hot Toys does not make this figure, they are going to very much upset their Star Wars fan base, because which is apparently a vast majority based off of the number of releases.
Right.
Kumar says, I really don't think the other Inquisitions will be released. Don't think there is hype anymore. Agree, Riva and GI. Of course, I don't think they would have done this picture here if they were not planning on it. Why would they waste their time showing all this if they're not planning on making it? I think this was them solidifying the fact that they're making it by showing them again in this picture. So they're coming soon, very, very soon, I believe. Rudy, do you think they're coming?
I hope they're coming. You know what scares me with this announcement? They had there's a note in the announcement that talks about more exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing that scares me. I'm already dreading more cues.
Well, there's always going to be more. Like, it's not like this is it and then that's it, we're done for the year. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but I mean, imagine if some of these figures that they're teasing here, the ones we haven't gotten actually released, end up being exclusives. I think that's going to be interesting.
It'll be like the 350 Captain Americas the Sideshow got.
Right.
Imagine? Oh my
man.
God.
Before the queue, that was just when we crashed the whole dang website.
I remember. You remember that? The whole thing went down.
My cart, and then it wasn't.
It was like a cyber attack on Sideshow.
Denial of service.
I was like, oh my God. At least the head is staying on this time. Roll that beautiful.
Strands for the
oh man.
I posted
They fixed the base
for Batman on OSR, and this guy got big mad about it.
Wait, say it again?
I posted that video clip on the Batman InArt thread on OSR, and one of the InArt shills got real.
What's there to get mad about?
If he was like, you could see that there's blue tack on the feet. That wasn't the final version. And I was like, why the hell would they be putting blue tack on a figure?
Exactly.
How nice it is.
Forget the feet. What does the feet have to do with the neck popping off?
Well, it's a magnet.
Anyway, unbelievable. It's crazy. Yo, the justifications are insane. They're insane. At least TK Matchup Hawaii, my friend, welcome. Thank you for being here. How are you? Welcome. Let's see who's in our fanboys cheat on their boyfriends. Fans can listen to get the inner Batman. His links 5% off. Well, I'm glad you used it, my friend. That's what it's for you guys to use it. I never used it. But the 3 that have been released are good. Um, the Joker was okay. Was for me was okay. And what's the other? My Pennywise out of scale, but the figure was okay. That head sculpt is beautiful. Those teeth specifically. I think Rudy, you're gonna be. I don't know how you're gonna feel about InArt. I think you're gonna be like, it's not like because it's not. In hand, you're like, oh, there's nothing super special about any of this stuff.
Look, at the end of the day, right? That's the thing. But this is also the difference. I'm expecting just to get solid figures. I'm not expecting them to be the end all be all. That I think a lot of people maybe thought they would be. And if the sculpts are great, if the figure overall turns out fine, I mean, besides Hot Toys, like I'm a big Damn Toys fan, right? And Damn Toys releases a couple of figures here and there, and they're awesome figures. But again, it doesn't mean that I'm equating them to or saying they're the top company in the game. So that's the same approach I'd have with InArt. It's going to be a niche company. As long
Right.
as they produce some decent figures, I'm going to be happy. But I'm not going to be rushing to say, oh my, they're the best necessarily in the game. They're going to be limited. But we'll see. We'll see how they turn out. Once I have them in hand, it'll be interesting to judge based on those.
We're gonna get into these pictures in a second. But I want to catch up. I don't think I will buy into these poster. I remember all those Justice Mobile and Pattinson Batmobile videos. That is true. But at this point, like I always say, Hot Toys is not at a level where they need to tease anything and not make it anymore, right? So I think that the fact that, again, like I said before, the fact that they're showing this poster with all these images and all these characters and all these figures, I think that lets us know this is 1,000,000,000% coming. They're not teasing to do what? What's the point of that tease? To do what? To get us excited for what? If they're not coming, what are we getting excited for? Why would they put a Revenant or Star Killer in there for what? Oh, we're not making this, but let's just hype up the picture. Doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, put a Death Star in the background. I better get a 1/6 scale Death Star.
No, but that's true though, right? Like Hot Toys has done. I mean, I know we're going to talk about some other lines today, but we were talking about Ripley last time too. They teased some figures from that. They teased a bunch of Marvel figures that never got released. Sometimes you can't figure out what Hot Toys is going to do, right? They build up a little hype, but sometimes they'll release the most random thing, and sometimes they won't.
Yeah, but at this point, like I said, that was things have been not announced. Things have been teased years ago, over 7 years ago. Okay, that still to this day haven't been made. To me, it doesn't mean that they're never going to be made, right? For example, this Revan and this Star Killer. For me to think Hot Toys is putting this for promo, but they're never making this, to me, that's ridiculous. To me, that doesn't make sense. To me, again, knowing Hot Toys, they would have never shown anything if they weren't going to make anything. But they're not going to tease you with something to get you all excited for what? If anything, they're going to get us excited for another 1,500 piece run of these two characters. Guaranteed that's going to be something special. Lahara mentioned is probably from a video game. I believe William said it was, right? The Star Killer and the Revan?
Yes, they're both from 2 different video games.
Right. So there you go. So what are the chances of we got an Umbra Trooper, okay? A trooper that was barely 300 in Hong Kong. Barely 300. Out of how many was supposed to? 1,500?
Yes.
So 1,500 pieces total of a trooper, okay? Which is just a side character. It could be an ARC trooper all you want. It's still not a main character. Unless it's a skin or whatever, I wouldn't know. But it's not a main character. Any trooper is not a main character. Even like a Rex, right? I would, maybe you know more, but I wouldn't even consider him a main character because he's just not. He's a side character for other bigger characters to follow, to be part of, whatever. Right? So for them to suddenly tease these two figures that we have no reason to get them from anywhere, right? They haven't been in movies, right? No movies, no shows. Apparently video games, and I didn't even know that they were, because I asked William in front of you guys, where is this from? Because I've never seen them anywhere. So from a video game, knowing what happened to Battlefront, the very first game with the snowtroopers, right? Those white, that double pack. I believe there's a shock trooper that is also from a video game as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got what was the other one? The Umbra, Battlefront 2. So it's not something common. It's not something that happens all the time. It's not something that we get every year, once a year, every other year, every 2 years. We don't. Right? So it doesn't make sense for them to just tease that out of nowhere and be like, oh, just kidding. So I think it's even bigger than that. I think what's going to happen is to create that hype for these two characters that people know are huge in the Star Wars world, if you're a fan, right? And it's going to be a situation like that, because so far, every VGM anything with Star Wars has been a problem. The Battlefront double pack from the beginning, the very first one, was just back years ago. A lot of you guys weren't even involved with Hot Toys at the time, so you probably don't even know about it, right? So that's why, a lot of people don't even realize that was a thing. But now, what do we have? Battlefront 2 with the Umbra, already a problem. Not everybody got one. It's still available. Toys for Kiddos has them for $500 and whatever it is, right?
Did you get yours?
I didn't get one. I didn't get one yet. I'm not paying no $500 something for no trooper. I'll tell you that. So, that's the thing. So they're available if you want one. Very limited, but 500 change. Is it worth it for you to get one? That's up to you. So these VGM releases from Star Wars are going to be a problem. Clearly, they're going to be a problem. I can tell you that you can say, oh, they can't make Revan a limited release because people are going to get very angry. Do you see Hot Toys caring about anybody being angry? Do you see Hot Toys caring about not everybody getting Anakin? Do you see it happening? Do you see Hot Toys saying, oh, man, we messed up. We need more people to get an Anakin, so we're going to make... No, they don't care. They make whatever they make because that's what they want to make, and that's it. Right. So that's what I think they're doing. They're hyping up those two characters to give us a nightmare lottery, way of getting them again. So back to Batman. So William. Wait, let me say. We got Anthony in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, my friend. Let me catch up before we continue. I'm just happy InArt doesn't have... Don't do it. Don't do it. Did you talk about the Hono Studio Thor tease? Yeah, 5 weeks ago when it came out. Brad says, just because Hot Toys makes prototype 22 it doesn't mean a thing. Those prototypes are mainly for licensing. The licensor... You'll see. I can tell you this right now. Okay, remember, somebody please clip this, because just like I did it with... what's the guy's name? With Daniel, when he said we didn't know what we were talking about, and then I had to put him on blast about it. So somebody clip this, because Brad's saying that it doesn't mean anything. I'm going to tell you something right now. There are two more Batman movies coming up. Okay, the 22 Batmobile was teased. So was the Justice League. Okay, the Justice League Batmobile. I don't remember if it was the I think it was the BVS, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the BVS. I can tell you this. And maybe even the Justice League as well. But let's go with the BVS first. Hot Toys is redoing the BVS line, as we already know. They're already doing the Batman 2.0, right? We know we're going to get a Wonder Woman that's probably rooted like the WB100 version. Okay, we're going to get one from BVS as well with the silicone body and blah, blah, blah. Then we're going to get Superman. And I can guarantee you that BVS Batmobile will be introduced for pre-order during that time. For the 22, out of the next 2 movies, it'll be announced for pre-order. Somebody clip this, please, because we're gonna have this conversation in the future. They're not gonna make something for a tease if they're not planning on making it. Right? Have they in the past? Absolutely. For show. Right? Back years ago, I believe they teased like a back computer, if I'm not mistaken. They've teased things that they're never made. Again, years ago. At this level, there's nothing that they could tease or that they will tease that they're not going to make because it doesn't make sense. Right now, the one thing that I could say they've teased and they may not make, which I still hope they do, is those Batman suits from the Flash movie. I don't think those at first I was like, oh, they got to make them. They're going to make them as a power pose figures, right? Just a statue thing. It doesn't look like they're going to make them at all, right? So that was for promo. That was for the movie, right? To create hype for the movie, to get us excited. Oh my God, they're coming. That's exactly what it was, right? But can they make them? Of course. It's not that they're teasing things because they can't make it, right? They tease it for hype, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to make it. Absolutely not. Not at this level. Not happening. Rudy, what do you think of that?
I don't know. I think yes, they could essentially make everything that they're teasing, but I do agree to a point. Like looking at the poster, let's start with the Star Wars poster, right? I think Revan and Starkiller are the 2 big announcements from that, right? They're
Right.
the 2 big reveals. We've seen the other ones.
Right.
I think those are definitely coming, right? There's no way those get showcased and they're not coming.
Right.
The 2 Inquisitors, I hope they're coming because they've been teasing them for a while.
Right.
But look, how long ago did they tease the Vulture, and the Vulture made another appearance, right? And then they were like, it hasn't shown up. And look, MODOK. I was the only one I think hyped for MODOK, for that wacky little face guy, right? But realistically, I want
him to.
Yeah, but realistically, do you think they're gonna make him?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think so.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know that the demand is there for it. I would get it. I think you would get him.
Oh, absolutely. I would want to. I would want to, and I think eventually, they're doing the Yellow Hornet as well, the Yellow Jacket, not the Yellow Hornet, the Yellow Jacket.
No, for the Yellow Jacket, I'm putting my hopes on third party on that one, especially now that they're doing the third party Ghost. I think some third party company is going to pull that one out of their pocket.
So do you remember when Hot Toys teased the Yellow Jacket years ago?
Oh yeah, I was so psyched because it looked cool.
So I think because there was a flashback in this movie, I think it's a possibility now.
I just think the fact that Marvel and listen, I'm a big Marvel fan and I'm a big Marvel collector. I think the fact that the movies haven't performed as well the last couple of movies.
Right.
I mean, we didn't even get anything from the Marvels, which makes sense.
Right.
We haven't gotten anything from some of the
Marvels,
TV shows.
The Marvels or Miss Marvel.
Or Miss Marvel, right?
Right.
They're key characters there that you would have thought they would have had a license or contractual obligation to do. And we didn't get anything, right? I think the next Marvel property they're probably going to touch is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine, which will be great. But
right.
That's why I'm like, I think they saw the hype, right? They teased Cassie Lang with the Ant-Man announcement, and that one disappeared, which sucks because that would have been a great figure to get from that movie. But I'm glad we're still getting Kang.
Well, the thing with Cassie is tricky because to make that figure work, they would have had to give us her head sculpt. The problem is, who cares for her head sculpt? You know what I mean? Like, if you were going to show her, like, if I was going to display her, I would have had her with a helmet on. I didn't care for her head. The fact that they give you the figures, right? The Wasp and the Ant-Man with 2 head sculpts, right? The helmet and then the head sculpt. Right. They would have had to do that with her, or else it would have been a weird figure to own. It's like, how are you going to give us a Cassie Lang with just the helmet on and that's it? That would have been weird. So they would have had to give her,
right?
Right?
They literally had her in the promo shot. Remember, she was there in the trio, so they had a prototype of her, and that died pretty quickly, And then we got MODOK.
What'd you say, William?
Yeah, she was in the thing where it showed that all 3 bases linked together. They showed there'd be a little version of her to be with the 3 little versions of
the miniature ones. Yep.
And so that's like a little bit more than like a tease. It's like
Right.
it was
Right.
like these are
It's
the
set.
this line, and then it just right now it's crickets, but it's also because of they want you to order the ones that they already got first, and it's gonna, if they do end up making her, she'll be like Crosshair, and they'll make 500 of it,
Right.
Yep.
and it'll be like, oh, I want to complete my set of Wasp and Ant-Man, and I can't because
She'll be, she'll be a Toy Fair exclusive type of figure.
maybe.
It's
Yep.
possible, yeah.
That's the type of figure she would be. It'll be
Yeah.
something very basic, but so, so wanted by everybody. Yep. You'll see. We have Harold says, man, my Umbra Trooper looks so good. Fab so much better than the
How dare you?
Oh my God. Unbelievable, Harold. Unbelievable. How dare you, Harold? How dare you? Those molds are very expensive. I still feel Starkiller and Rebel will sell good even with people that they're gonna be, if you like Star Wars, like I like Star Wars, right? I'm not, a super huge hardcore Star Wars fan, but the figures are great looking. Just by the armor, just by the helmets, just by the way they look. You don't need to know what they are to be like, these are really cool looking figures. So that's why I'm getting them. Like I feel like William taught me the story of both of them. And I had seen Revan, years ago. I just didn't know anything about him. Brad says, how to made another DeLorean and another 89 because they're both reissues. They still have, well, yeah, of course. And they made, how many years ago did they tease the DeLorean for part 2? Years ago. Even before it was up for pre-order, years before that. On some display, I forget, it must have been a Comic-Con. Years before it was even put into production. The part 3 also was teased over a year before it was up for pre-order. So they do this, and then people forget, and it's like, oh, that's never coming. And because you forget, you're like, ah. But at this point, Hot Toys is not making things for fun. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That's why I always tell you, everything's coming. It's just when.
Well, one little thing before I have to hop off.
Go ahead.
If they don't announce the N1 for pre-order on May the 4th this year, it ain't happening. They ain't gonna make it.
I don't think it's coming. If they make it, it's got to be smaller like they did the Bat, but I doubt it. That thing is going to be huge.
I know.
Would you buy one if they make it?
No, I don't have. My 89 Batmobile is the only vehicle that I have in the collection, and that was part of my.
But you wouldn't put that N1 on top of that table, so you could have the Batmobile at the bottom and then the N1 at the.
Be like, yeah, let me just put it on this coffee table.
Look at that table. Wait. Look at that, guys. How sick is that?
Nice
He's got it in glass.
It's my coffee table.
With Obi-Wan dropping a deuce on top of the vehicle.
Basically, yeah.
He said basically, yeah. Oh, man.
But I got to go, guys. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for stopping by. I'll talk to you later.
And I'll see y'all next time.
All right. All right. So let's get into, let me catch up real quickly and then we'll get into come on, Fabs, I really hope you're right. I'm just disappointed and hype. It's believe me, everybody gets annoyed at that. Everybody gets what was Rudy, you were mentioning something before
which one? Like an unproduced
the power loader.
The power loader, right? The 2.0.
She was teased how many years ago? It's been like 5 years at least.
Dude, more. I think it was it was either the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con or something. It was a while ago. It was a long time ago. But I think to your point, and I think I do go back, and I think Brad's right about reusing the molds. But I think nobody expected the DeLorean 2.0, right? The Mark II. It got teased, and then it went dormant.
I think
you're right. I think, listen, it's a mix of both. It doesn't mean that they'll never make it.
Correct.
It means that they could make it. So nothing is ever completely in the grave. That's the thing.
I think it's more than that. I think the moment they tease it, it's their way of telling you it's coming at some point. You know what I mean? It's not so much that it's coming soon. I think it's more of it's coming at some point. Here it is. It's coming at some point.
Or it could come, because I remember, what was it, when they teased the original BVS Batmobile? They even had a video showing like some of its features. It was going to be like automated features. I mean, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. You can expect anything with Hot Toys at this point.
And that's the thing. You could expect anything at any
Right.
moment. And when you try to make sense out of it, you're always
Right.
wrong. You
Right.
know, it makes no sense. How they work, I try to make sense out of something that makes no sense.
Right.
That's what I try to do
Right.
all the time with the patterns and stuff. And lately, very, very
You don't
rare.
know. You don't know.
Yeah, because it's so random. You know,
Right.
it's so random. Brad says, Fab's gonna roast me. This guy. Unbelievable.
Wrong.
Wrong. This guy. Unreal. Unbelievable. Brad. Hobby Helper, welcome, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing.
Welcome, welcome. Was it peanut oil or fish oil? For what? Peanut oil or fish oil? For what? What do you need peanut oil or fish oil for? To lubricate the joints of which figure? Imagine.
I was thinking it was more about your medical advice from the last stream.
Well, peanut oil is for cooking. You don't supplement with peanut oil. Fish oil is for supplementing omega-3 fatty acids. So I don't. I'm confused. I don't know what he's talking about because it's not like peanut oil is not a supplement. So that's why I don't know. Matt Planner, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here.
I'm doing.
Tuesday, my friend. So, all right. So Rudy, finally, let's focus. I feel like Williams are ADD.
We went off on tangents over
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Him and his obsession with Star Wars, unbelievable. So, so as you can see, right, the King finally decided to release pictures of their. It looks like this is the final product. So
I think
this is before, right? So this was, I guess, the promo shots, which looks super good.
Right.
Then apparently this was after because they had adjusted something, they had tweaked something. As you can see, the lips are different, the facial hair is different. They changed a few things in the head sculpt. So this is what they modified it to. Now they finally released the final product, as you can see. How do you feel about it? I'll let you guys know how I feel about it after Rudy's goes. But go ahead, Rudy. Tell us what you think of this.
I mean, look, I'm curious to see them in hand to see what it turns out, because these pictures, they're not great at all. I mean, it looks like a serious downgrade from the prototype. That's the thing. Even I thought the before picture that they're showing was good. The after I thought was okay. But this final one, I don't know. There's just it looks off in a lot of ways. Even the sculpt doesn't look as good as the prototype one. So I don't know what happened here. Like, you're supposed to expect some softening whenever you get a final product, but this looks a little strange. And the hair, it's off. I'm curious to see in hand, but that rooted hair looks wacky.
So you said you ordered this? No, you didn't order it.
No. I skipped it. I got the Hot Toys one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, because I remember when Hot Toys came out, everybody was like, "Oh, InArt's going to be better." So as you guys are seeing, clearly not the case. It'll never be the case. So here are more pictures. So this is the sculpted, guys, which doesn't look, like Rudy said, doesn't look bad. This looks way better than the rooted hair by a mile. Okay, a lot better. I don't know if it's because of the hair. I don't know, but this rooted hair, and this is why rooted hair for me has never been a must. Right, it was never a thing before Anakin, right? The artisan Anakin. I was never, a rooted hair collector, right? I was never looking to customize my figures into real hair because it wasn't important to me. It's never been important to me. Obviously, Hot Toys makes something, right, that is exclusive, that it's limited. Obviously, it's appealing, it's tempting, and obviously, of course, you don't want to be the only one who doesn't have it, or you don't want to be the only one having to overpay to get it, right? So that's why I feel like these figures are so appealing to everybody, just because there's not so many of them, and the type of character that it is and all that stuff. So, Rudy, how do you feel about these images? How do you feel about these two?
I listen. I'm with you. I've never been a fan of rooted hair. Even when Hot Toys was trying to do it with the Black Widows, right? It was always hit or miss. You had some like the one from Avengers Infinity
Avengers
War
was
that
the
looked
worst.
terrible.
That that I feel like that deserves an artisan.
Yeah, that would be a great artisan version.
Yep.
But I feel the same way. It was always I'd rather go sculpted. And I think when Hot Toys started going sculpted with their figures, it was better. And then one of the things that drew me to the Paul Atreides from InArt, it was let me go with the sculpted because there was no benefit to going with the deluxe, paying $100 more for the rooted. It just there wasn't. You get the same accessories, and I didn't really need it. And I think this makes me feel better about my decision there. To be honest, I saved $100, and it looks like I'm going to get a better product in the end.
Right. And this is why I tell people, everybody, the shills out there who always say, oh, InArt is better than Hot Toys. Here you go. Here you go. I hope you're happy with this because as soon as I saw this post, the complaints were nuts.
Right.
But how can you be the king and better than the king if you can't even make anything properly? Your own customers and your own fans are complaining about this product.
Right.
So how can anybody ever say this is the best? The best what? It doesn't even look proportionate. His head looks tiny compared to his body.
Yeah, I saw some of those little memes people were making.
It
The
looks
head.
it
It's
looks
small. It looks
completely
small.
off. It looks completely off. So what's the justification now? Shills. What is the excuse for this garbage? Because remember that when my Pennywise was out of scale, the excuse was what? Well, they only made Pennywise, so it doesn't really matter if it stands on the shelf by itself. Okay. So what is the excuse for this one?
Right.
It's a joke. The company is a joke. It's a joke.
And I think they're a victim of two things, right? I think one, John, their spokesperson was going around making the rounds, hyping up the company, right? And he was doing his job. And I think a lot of influencers kind of bought into that mindset and started saying this is going to be the best company out there. And I think, look, I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with the company. They're another 6-scale company out there. They're doing their thing. It's great. That's fine. We're going to get some. For me, I like the fact that we're getting some pieces nobody else is making. But we've talked about it before. I don't think you can compare them to a monster like Hot Toys, right? In terms of the sheer number of licenses they have, the major licenses, the number of figures they're producing on a year-to-year basis, it's just insane, right? You can't compare the two. And I think what InArt is showing you now, because even with the Paul Atreides, right, with the Dune 2, I saw the comments on their post. People were asking for other figures from the line. Like, are you going to do these other characters, the right to Zendaya? And they basically said, oh, no, this is just a one-off kind of. And it doesn't mean they won't do anything else, but they're very much focused on doing like one figure at a time, maybe expanding a line.
You're talking about
They're
InArt.
never going to go in deep. Yeah, InArt. They're never going to go as deep as like a Hot Toys. So they're doing their own thing. Just don't hype them up.
But that's the thing. That the problem is there's nothing wrong with InArt being in the game. That's never been the problem. The problem is that retards in the community that just happen to attach themselves with the company or with channels that are attached to the company. Right? They need to bring down Hot Toys. They need to bash Hot Toys. Suddenly, Hot Toys is crap and InArt is the best in the world. The company was born yesterday, and all of a sudden, that's the problem, right? They've made literally 4 figures. Every single one has had a problem. Every single one. Okay? People don't even get their figures, and by the time they get their figures, the YouTubers have already sold their figures. Imagine that.
Right.
So their batch system sucks. The way they distribute their figures is trash. It's disrespectful to the collectors, to be honest. Because how is a YouTuber going to get something that I paid for first, way ahead of time, have time to sell it, and I still haven't gotten mine?
Yeah, the batch system is something they need to work on. Like
Yo,
even forgetting like because I think like I said, I don't think there's any comparison to Hot Toys, right? They're their own thing, they're doing their own thing, they're a smaller company, they're a smaller outfit. So you have to treat them like that. But I think they have certain hurdles they have to fix, which the distribution is the biggest one right now. We're not even talking about what this looks like, which looks like really like probably their first major fail potentially. Um, right, we're just talking they need to get the figures in collectors' hands much quicker than they're doing. That's something they need to fix immediately.
so Brett says if you look at the sculpted head version, it looks larger.
It does a little bit.
Well, no. So here's the thing. This one, the reason why I believe it looks fuller. Number one, it's blurry, so you don't get the sharp edges of the jawline
Right.
here. So it looks smoother and it looks rounder. Here, this is very sharp, so it gives you a completely different perception of what it looks like because here it's blurred out. And this one, the reason why it looks better is because of the hair. The hair is fuller and it takes over a lot more of the
Right.
head. Here,
Right.
it's flat and it goes down rounder. So that's why it makes it look smaller, even smaller than this. Because look, the roundness of the hair here, the sculpted hair, gives the head a more fuller look going outwards
Right.
towards, going down. The sculpted, it's flat. So it doesn't give it that fullness that the sculpted gives it. So that's where I think it looks off.
Yeah, and I forget who mentioned it. Somebody mentioned like I'd be curious to see what the cowl looks like, right? Because I think a lot of people are more going to be inclined to showcase this figure with
Correct.
the face and the
That's
cowl. So
another thing. That's another thing. Can you imagine buying this rooted to not show it with the cowl? Like, what
Right.
is the point then?
right.
Like that's crazy. Inner is slow enough making one figure, let alone a full line. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hot Toys are
Yeah.
masters. Exactly. And that's the thing. They don't recognize, right? Or at least they don't want to recognize who the real king is, right? So they have to talk all this shit about Hot Toys, Hot Toys, Hot Toys when they know what it is. They know exactly what the deal is regarding Hot Toys, and you can never compare InArt to Hot Toys. Period. You can never say, "Oh, this is better than Hot Toys." This is no. They can make certain things better than Hot Toys. Certain things, not full figures, not full. No, certain things. Like for example, I was the first one to say that Pennywise B version head sculpt is way better. Head sculpt. Remember that head
Right.
sculpt. Not the body, not the outfit, not the scale. The head sculpt was way better than the Hot Toys demon head sculpt with the teeth. A billion times better. That Hot Toys one looked like a toy with those fake teeth, those little ugly looking teeth.
Right.
The inner teeth, forget it. That head sculpt, they should have just sold the head sculpt that's compatible to a Hot Toys body. They would have had a home run because that head sculpt was that good.
Right.
But that's it. That figure, that whole figure, and for that price, it is not better than Hot Toys. Period. It's just not.
That's
Doesn't matter what
actually
Go ahead.
why I get the Dune figure, which is their latest launch, right? I went with the sculpted hair version because when you look at the cost of that one, it was what $330, I think, which put it it was more in line with a Hot Toys figure, high end Hot Toys figure, and I felt like from a price perspective, I didn't want to spend that extra $100 for that, so I was a little more comfortable at that price point.
See, like here, it doesn't look terrible
Right.
at all. Like at all. Right? He actually looks older. He looks like,
He does look older than he did
right?
in the movie.
He doesn't look so smooth. He actually, you can see the 5 o'clock shadow hair a little
Yeah.
bit. So here he looks good, but even the hair though, the hair still doesn't look great. At least I don't think it looks great.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see when this starts getting in people's hands because right now we're seeing the pictures. Pictures don't look good, to be honest. So it'll be great when we start seeing people getting this in hand to see what it actually looks like.
And the thing is, I feel like a lot of people that like this company specifically, they won't be honest about what the product is like. You know what I mean? They'll say, "Oh, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing." Just number one, so they don't look bad that they just spent all this money for a crappy figure, right?
Right.
Obviously, after waiting, God knows how long these people have been waiting for it. The last thing you want to do is be negative about the one thing that you just got from, whether it's over a year ago, whether, you know what I mean? So that's why I don't really care, right? I'm not really waiting or expecting them to say anything about anything because, it is what it is anyway, right?
Right.
They paid for it. They it's their money. If you enjoy it, cool. If you don't, cool. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But how do you feel about this company and their price point in general? Since you've purchased, for example, the and I don't know what they went for, but the Harry Potter, right? The Harry Potter is a tiny figure.
Right.
That we remember. I don't know if you remember, we had the conversation about the the broom and him not being able to sit on it for the for the function of flying on the broom and blah blah blah.
Right.
How do you feel about all that with the price
So
included?
so I think the Harry Potter is like $500, right, for the deluxe. And again, I would have gotten the non-deluxe version, but I wanted the full set with the diorama base and everything. So I think it's too expensive, but I bit the bullet, and it's value is gonna be ultimately up to me, right? I'm gonna decide if I overpaid for it once I had it in hand. I do think it's a little high. I think the Paul Atreides, the sculpted hair, which is the one I got, a little higher than I would have liked for what you're getting, but you're getting a lot of accessories there. Interesting. It's a good looking piece overall with a more complex suit. For 330, which was what I paid for the directly
Sculpted,
from InArt,
the
for the
sculpted.
sculpted,
Yeah,
I think that's actually a better price point. And at that price point, I'm actually going to be uh I think I'm going to be a little bit more forgiving. That's what we were talking about with like the Jazz Ink and everything, right? When
right.
you pay a lot of money for something, there's just an expectation
Correct.
that it's going to be a better product.
Correct.
As soon as you pay um $500 for a figure, you're expecting a $500 figure, right? And if you end up getting something that should have been a $300 piece, you're going to be disappointed by that,
Correct.
right? I think that's ultimately where it lands, which is why I think the Harry Potter, I'm going to be a lot more critical than the Paul Atreides when I get that in hand, because Paul Atreides is more in line with a Hot Toys figure.
Correct.
So as long as
But even,
it,
but even at 330, you don't think that's a little steep for what it is?
well, you're
Because you
getting
were
two
a hot
sculpt,
toy for 280, you get a full, you get a full deluxe
right?
figure, 285, 295.
Because look, what was it? Look at the DX. Let's do the DX Jack Sparrow that just came out, right? That was 330
330
for the sculpted,
for the
right,
sculpted,
version
the
with a
base.
nice diorama base, all those accessories. Um, for
Oh yeah,
the
that was the
Paul,
deluxe, the deluxe.
that was a deluxe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For the Paul Atreides, you're getting a not a diorama base.
That's
You're
what I'm
getting
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's
right.
not. It's still
It's
anything
still a little
over
steep, yeah.
300. And not only that, but look at that body of that figure. That body is nothing. That's a thin body. There's no
Mhm.
muscularity. There's no muscle tone. There's no mass. It's not a Black Adam body. You know what I mean? So
Right,
where's his? Why? Where's his 330 coming from? And
right.
if you notice all the accessories, they give you a ton of garbage, a ton of bunch of little things here and there. The good thing is you get a second head sculpt, so that is good.
That's the good thing, because since I have the Og Toys version coming, right? I'm gonna have options right there, two different versions. And listen, the Og Toys one is a little too expensive too, to be honest. That one was like a 275
Correct.
for an unknown
You're paying for
company.
that license, though.
They're paying for that license
Yep.
because they're licensed. So I'm
Yep.
like, all right, but so it'll be interesting to see. I think that one's a little steeper than I would have liked, but it's much more in line with what I would have expected to pay. The Harry Potter is the one that I'm gonna be like I told you, I complain about. You have a broom that doesn't have a flight stand.
Right.
For $500, I would have expected that. At that price point, I want kind of all the bells and whistles.
That's how much it was. 500 for that Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yo, that thing is tiny.
And look again, right? I would have gone with the rooted. Sorry, with the sculpted,
Oh, you went
but
rooted for Harry Potter?
because the only way to get the diorama base and
Oh,
the extra accessories was to get that one.
gotcha.
Right. That's why I love what Hot Toys did this time with the Jack Sparrow. They gave you exactly the two figures, and it was like up to you to decide if it was worth just going up for the sculpt.
For the
Right. Jack
artist.
Sparrow to me is a super iconic character.
Right.
And I think with the hairstyle, with the bandana that's fabric and all that, it was worth it to me.
Right.
But if it had been like the Paul Atreides, a character that I like, but that didn't really benefit necessarily from the rooted, I would have gone sculpted and gotten the same package. So I like what Hot Toys did there, which is it's the exact same package. You get to pick if you want to pay an extra $140 for the rooted
Right.
versus the sculpted. Whereas that's one thing I didn't like that InArt did with that Harry Potter was here's the same figure, but if you want the extra accessories, the only way to get those is to pay extra for the rooted hair version, and that
Right.
was it. So
Right.
it would have been better if they had the same deluxe, just like Hot Toys had done it. I would have liked that more.
Chris, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Happy Tuesday.
I'm doing.
Welcome. So you did like the fact that you were able to to have the option of getting the deluxe diorama base as well if you didn't want to go for the artisan.
Oh yeah, I like that because I don't think there are going to be some figures like the Scarlet Witch is a big Marvel fan, right? That artisan, I wanted that artisan. That looked great, right? That just looked like an amazing figure for her. But if it had been another figure, maybe a lesser character, I would have been fine with just going with the sculpted. Are you getting this, Batman? I don't think so.
That was for you.
figured.
That was for you and Brad.
Right.
Oh man, unbelievable! I told you guys.
Yeah, you're done.
They can make the best figure in history of 1/6 scale figures. I will never go near it. I am done with this company, just like I'm done with Jazz Inc. I'm telling you guys, when you get to a point where you feel like you're getting taken advantage of, you'll stop. You'll just stop.
Right.
Rudy's situation. Obviously, Rudy was spending his money however he wanted to spend his money. I just kept telling him, from my experience, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. They're cool. They're great. They look amazing. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And what did you do?
I got it, and it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it.
He's like, I got it. It wasn't worth it.
But that's the thing, right? And that's Brandon was saying this to you guys on Saturday, and it was probably the best thing. And he said, when you pay that much money for a figure, right, or for a piece, you expect it to be, and maybe it's not logical, right? Maybe it's an emotional response. You expect it to just be $1,200, $2,000 worth of amazingness, right? And when you start finding the imperfections in it and start realizing it wasn't worth that for you, that's where the disappointment settles in.
No, and that's exactly what it is. It's like if you're spending all this money, like I'm going to give you a perfect example. What was it that I just opened up recently? Oh, the Blitzway Ecto 1, right? The Afterlife one, the one I have. Eric, thank you, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Where are you?
I'm doing.
Oh, the Ecto 1, the Afterlife, the one I have.
Yeah.
Nothing about that vehicle felt cheap. Nothing. Do you have it or no?
No, I don't have space for that one, man.
Let me tell you something. And the thing was $1,200. Okay.
Right.
There was nothing about it that felt cheap. There was nothing about it that I was like, oh man, this is just like Jazz Inc. This feels nothing. Every single vehicle that I own from Hot Toys, not one has ever felt cheap. Not one. Not the 89. Not any single tumbler that I have, and I have all three. I have the first two releases, like the original releases from from Batman Begins, and then the Dark Knight Rises, I believe. Well, they did two.
So they did the first one from the Dark Knight,
right?
And then they did the two from the Dark Knight Rises. They reissued
the regular and then the camo. Right. Well, I got all three right behind me. Right. Never felt cheap. Never felt, oh my God, I wasted my money. Never felt like, look at this. This is flimsy. Never.
But then again, remember that original tumbler was what, $450 or something like that when it came out?
But even so, my point is, it has the 89. The 89
Right.
was how much?
Right. No.
Almost
I
1,000.
agree with you. Like, because I have that original tumbler too, and it's still boxed up. I unboxed it and I boxed it up, right? But I still have it. But uh, but it's one of those that, again, right? How much you pay for something relates to the how good it feels. Like,
Correct. That's what it should be.
that's what it should be, right? So I
Correct.
paid $450, and that the original tumbler. Honestly, I felt like I got my money's worth and then some on that
Yep.
one.
Yep.
And that was the issue with the 22 Batmobile I had, right? It's, again, I had some comments saying like, well, did he cheat you? Did you get something that he hadn't showcased? I'm like, no. Listen, this is basically what he showed in the pictures, but in hand, just looking at it in hand, it doesn't feel like it's worth the price I
Right.
paid for it.
Right.
And that's the difference, right? Even the DeLorean, the 2.0 that I have that had the broken rear
Yes.
axle,
Yeah.
right? And that was one of my biggest disappointments. Even with that damaged wheel, because I got a discount on it from
Right.
Sideshow, and
Right.
I know I can fix it. Even then, I still feel like I got my money's worth.
Absolutely. And that's the
That's the
thing.
thing.
That's the thing. You don't feel like you're getting ripped off, like it feels cheap, like
Right.
it looks cheap, like it feels, like it's not up to par with the money you pay. Like all of it, every single time that happened with Jazz Inc. And I kept buying because, again, these vehicles that they make are great. They're
Right.
very cool looking. They're, again, if you're a collector that has the figures already and they're making the vehicle for the figures, why would you not want that if you got the room for it? So him being around is very necessary. That's why it's not about him or his company. It's the amount of money that he charges for product that is nowhere near up to what it's supposed to be. And that's painful for people spending $1,200, $1,300, $1,500, $1,800, $2,000. You want it to feel good. You
Right.
want it to feel like a licensed product that you just paid for.
And I'm sure there's some people that do have this in hand, and even with the issues, that they probably are extremely happy with it, and that's fine, right? I don't think we're trying to take away anybody's joy from having that product.
Correct.
Really, if they like it, they like it.
Correct.
This is just my experience with them, and your experience with them. Is that for me, it's not worth it. And it got to the point where I really had to think about the '89 Batmobile that they had coming out, and I took the hit. I haven't canceled things in a long time. And this was the first time I took a cancellation, and I had to bite the bullet on the NRD, which was difficult, right? That's a hot toy right there. But I just realized I would.
Tell them how much.
It was $300. I lost that NRD, which is, listen, I did it knowing that I was going to lose it, but I just thought I can keep on paying $100, $100 a month until I pay this off, or I could take that money and apply it to figures that I think I'm going to be happier with.
Exactly. And something that that you're that whatever you spend it on, it's going to have quality. You're not going to be disappointed. You're going to know exactly what you're getting because you know what you're buying, right? You have experiences with the company, so there's nothing for you to be disappointed with. But because of the fact that Jazz Inc. is unreliable with everything they make so far, clearly, why would you want to take that gamble?
And it's like knowing how I felt with the 22 once I sat with it, and like you said, it's an impressive piece. I think I even messaged you as soon as it was out of the box. I messaged you and I thought, I told you I think we were wrong about Jazz Inc. It looks good. The engine looks amazing. There's nothing. I'm not going to take that away from him. Right? He did amazing work on that. But once you sit with it and you start seeing the imperfections and the little issues here and there, you realize what I paid for it isn't. I'm not as happy with it. And again, that was just me. So I applied that to the rest of the line in '89 and said, am I going to end up being like this with the '89? I'd rather just bite the bullet and not move on with that pre-order.
And that's painful. That's painful to just throw away $300 like that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, and you could easily be like, oh well, ask him for a refund. Like, as a business, like, I'm not.
No, yeah.
I'm not. I'm not saying that he wouldn't, but it's like, man, like, it's not fair. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fair.
No, because I went in and again, there's nothing against Yost, because he responded to my video. He didn't have to do that, right? It's a small channel, but
So what happened? Explain to people, that obviously probably don't know what happened.
Right.
Explain like the whole situation. So you made a video.
So I made a video. I got the 22 Batmobile, right, from Jazz Inc. Super excited. I like this movie a lot, right? I ordered the Hot Toys version of the figure. I got it in hand, and I sat with it for about a week and a half, right? So I did the video over the course of a week and a half, and the immediate reaction was, "Oh, it's amazing. It's really impressive to kind of look at it in person." But then I sat with it and I started playing around with it, and I started looking at pictures, and I started looking at some of the imperfections that started becoming a little obvious. And again, at the price point, I think where I landed was, look, I'm kind of disappointed in the product overall, right? That was it. I just didn't think it was worth the money that I paid for it. And then I put the video up, and Yoast, to his credit, put a full response to some of the issues I had. Right? Did I agree with necessarily everything he said? Not necessarily, but it was a very polite response. I give him a lot of credit. He didn't have to do that, right? He
What do
kind
you
of
think? What do you think was his goal in message you about, like to check you on like what you said, or like to correct you on what you said, or
no.
was it to like tell you like the reason why?
I think he just wanted to explain the reason why the product was the way it was. Like some of the axles, he wanted to explain. Like he was trying to replicate the suspension system. So look, it was fine. And then he said nobody flagged some of these things that were issues. Sorry, I just saw Joe Jay's comment. There, Joe Jay.
He's insane.
No, but no, I didn't think he was trying to check me or anything. I think he just wanted to tell me kind of how they went about getting to that point that they did for the product. And the one thing that he said that I kind of I got it. He said, he uses a lot of the people that buy a lot of customer feedback to modify the design a little bit. And for me, I'm like, well, that's great. I appreciate that you use customer feedback, but I also kind of want you as a company to take some ownership and give me a product that's as close to what we're getting, right? It wasn't an issue with him. I think that's the whole point. He was very polite. He gave me his thoughts on it, so I appreciate it, and I don't think he was trying to check me at all.
O3 Mil says Rudy said, I like this thing, but the missing windshield is really bothering me. The flat tire, not so much. He said, not so much.
Not so much. Not so much.
Oh my God. And let's say hello to Jim in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome. So how do you feel about this hairdo, Rudy?
This one's not bad. This one, it's not necessarily the greatest, but I think this looks better than the one that came with the
rooted,
version. The rooted, yeah, than this one.
Yeah, see, I feel like this looks better. This looks more decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this looks like a better. It looks like they definitely did a better job. Again, right? I'm looking forward to seeing what people, since I don't have this on order,
right,
when people start getting it in hand, what it looks like. And again, right, kind of ignoring some of the bias just to see the pictures that people post to see what it actually looks like. I think that's going to be interesting.
So this is actually two different figures, right? So you have the Batman with the raccoon-eyed head sculpt, which is rooted and sculpted, and then this is also a different figure rooted and sculpted.
I think so, and I think they did a 2-pack, didn't they? Where you can get both.
Oh, the deluxe probably.
I think there was a deluxe, and then they had their own version of the what was it, the bat signal too, that came with it.
Okay.
So the super deluxe, I think, was both figures. It was a Bruce Wayne. I think it was the Batman, and then it was the bat signal. So.
Oh, okay. See, I wasn't even on top of this because, like I said, I am done. This company can make us a, I don't know what's a great figure. Can make us a.
Yeah, what's a figure that they could make that you love the character or love the license that you would
nothing, because there's nothing that they can make that, number one, Hot Toys hasn't made, because it looks like they're just keep doing whatever Hot Toys is doing. Why? I don't know. As a company, with the amount of following that they already got for doing absolutely no work, shouldn't you take that and take advantage of that and be like, hey, let's make figures that nobody else is making? Look at Blitzway. Who has made Universal Soldier? Never.
No one.
Who has made Fight Club? No one. Who has made Scarface besides Enterbay? No one. Who, so think of figures that nobody makes.
No, I
stand
agree with
out.
you. I agree with you, and that's why for me the licenses that they had that were very appealing were Dune, right? The Harry Potter license and the Lord of the Rings license, because who has it? Asmus right now, and
Yeah,
Asmus has been doing
yeah.
a decent job with it. But Harry Potter, Star Ace, we all know that company, right? And then Dune, Og Toys is doing it, which is also a new company in the market, right? So those are licenses. That's where I'd like to see InArt doing things that are their own, right? Not retreading what we've already
Yeah,
seen
it's
before.
annoying. Yo, nothing new. Superman, it's coming from Justice League,
Right,
or BVS, whatever. It's the same thing.
right,
What else? It's Batman.
right.
You
Christopher
know,
Reeve, a Superman.
yeah,
Like,
like
you know
yo,
what I'll give them credit for? The Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, because nobody's done a licensed
correct.
one yet.
That's
So
different.
that's
That's
cool.
refreshing. That's
Yep.
new. They messed up on the 15 pack, but they could have done those
Right.
figures separately and would have made a ton of money.
Right. That's what I like seeing, right? Companies doing their own things. We've seen Damn Toys do it, right? Like you were talking about those figures last time, the Wandering Earth figures, the
Yes.
3 Chinese soldiers. They do their own thing, right?
Yep.
We
Damn
saw
toys.
Blitzway do it, Enerbay. We see all these companies doing it. It'd
Right.
be nice to see in our, and I think they have some licenses like that, but it'd be nice to see them just do their own
But
thing.
it's the easy way out though. Think about it. They're going for mainstream things. They're going for things that are
Right.
popular. They're not trying to make their own, they're not trying to set their own footprint in the game. All they're trying to do is make as much money as possible with the things that other companies are making as well. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Like think about going back to Dune, because that's just the one that came to mind. Again, we've been talking about it. Og Toys, really a company nobody ever heard
Correct.
of.
I thought they were
With
third party.
no, but with their license, and they were like, I'm gonna take on a license that nobody else has.
Right.
And that's pretty cool, right? To come out
Well,
with a
that's
licensed
ballsy.
figure,
That's ballsy
it's
because
an attempt.
it's ballsy because, like I said, I thought it was a third party company because I had never heard of Old
Right,
Toys. Number one.
right,
Number two, when I found out it was licensed, I was like, oh my God. I was like, what? Because I
right.
told you about, was it you told? I told you or you
I
told
told
me?
you about them
You
because
told me. No, yeah,
I
you
had
told me.
the first one, yeah.
Yeah, you told me that they were licensed, and I was like, I told you, I was like, I thought these were third party, and you're like, no,
Right,
they're licensed. I was like, oh my God. So that alone, coming from a nobody company,
right.
again, it's ballsy because they're not trying to go with the mainstream stuff. They're trying to
They're like,
put themselves in a separate category and stand out on their own by
exactly.
doing their own work.
Exactly.
They're
That's
not
what was impressive
piggybacking
about
off of
them. Yeah.
Hot Toys is an what?
That was what was impressive. It wasn't like the fourth Joker, right? Fourth Heath Ledger Joker that we've seen from a new company. It was a new thing, and that's what I'd like to see InArt do, right? I think they've got the possibility to do it, but instead it's like, all right, do we really need to see another Batman, another Heath Ledger,
They
right?
could they could make they could stay making figures like the Crow, Brandon Lee the Crow. They
Right.
could make figures like Pennywise. They can make the first Pennywise that Sideshow's making. They could make a bunch of figures that Hot Toys is not even going to touch.
Look, even what was it? Because I've seen the requests, right? When they launched, a lot of people still want Matrix figures from the original The Matrix, right? Hot
Right.
Toys only ever gave us the one, right, from the original movie. But it's like, you don't think we'd all die for a licensed figure like Lawrence Fishburne, right? Like a Morpheus?
Yeah,
Like,
but
but
the
they could do
problem
it
is
on a limited batch.
no, and that's the thing. Are they that smart?
That's the thing. I don't
That's
know.
the problem. That's the problem. They are taking the shortcuts by going mainstream. That's it. They're a company, like I mentioned before. And I believe Uncarded has mentioned this too. If they were a company that just sold head sculpts, I feel like they would make that much more money. Because
Their sculpts look good, yeah.
if you sell a head sculpt, right, rooted the way you're doing them, right? I only own two. Actually, no, one, because I didn't get the Joker. So I only own the B version Pennywise. And again, I didn't like the hair. It was all glued and all stiff. I thought it was gonna be flowing and stuff. It's not. But the head sculpt is great. If they were compatible with any Hot Toys body, right? Or to work with Hot Toys figures, everybody would have bought that head sculpt to put on a Hot Toys figure, and you would have had the regular head sculpt and InArt's head sculpt right next to each other, because I feel like everybody would have bought a second Pennywise just for that head sculpt.
Yeah.
That's how good I think it is. Let me see. Bob, you can't zoom on. You can't zoom in here. This is Facebook Messenger, so I can't zoom in. It's not like a website. I'm not freaking out until collectors get me in hand. Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta wait. You just gotta wait. Fab is drooling. Imagine. Oh my god. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
I'm doing.
Welcome, welcome. We got and Harry Potter. I want that Reeves duel to succeed. I need it. I should do RoboCop. They'll never do figures like that. They'll never do an Iron Man. They'll never do a RoboCop. Those metallic figures. That's when you can tell. That's when you can tell who's king, who's able to make die-cast figures at that level of quality, at that level of everything, right? The likeness, the accessories, the articulation, everything, the sound effects. So now you got sound effects too, right? Tell me when InArt is going to be able to make anything like that. Not anytime soon. Can they? Probably eventually, if that's their goal, right? They got to get to work. But I can tell you, most likely you'll be seeing only figures in the sense of a body with clothing, rooting, regular head sculpts, and that's it.
Right.
The first time we see an Iron Man or a robotic, some type of robotic figure, some type of figure with some type of armor, when we see that, that's when you'll know InArt is trying to step up their game for something. Right? That means that they're trying to show off something. They've been working on something. They're letting you know, we're capable of doing this. When that happens, that's when you should start looking at InArt a little bit more. Until that day, they're not making anything special. They're not making anything that's out of this world. They're not making anything that is super appealing to people, to the I understand that there are, the hardcores of InArt that don't know anything about the company, right? Clearly, because it was only founded 2 years ago. So there's nothing to know about it. Not everybody who loves this company owns their product, and that's been very clear, right? You had, again, I'm going back to that example. Somebody came on my channel to tell me about my Pennywise experience in my video. My response was, how do you like your Pennywise? He responds, I don't own it. So he loves the company. He came over to my video to defend the company, but he doesn't even own the company.
Right.
So that's why I say the things I say, because it's obvious. It's obvious. You're blindly loving something that you don't even own. How is that possible? Because again, they attach themselves to these channels, and because they're close to these people who stream with John. Oh my God, I got a shield for the company because I stream with the guy who doesn't know anything either. It's insane. So that's what I don't like. You don't even know the company, but you're defending something that you don't even own.
Right.
So let me catch up with you guys real quick. Transformers Day. Big Dog Pound, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
How you doing?
Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. Fab wants InArt to make a sling blade. Sling blade. Imagine. Sling blade. Bob says, I think InArt is supposed to do a Black Adam too. We'll see about that. I think remember that. On that list. It was on that list.
But I think on one of John's circuits recently, the last one that he did, he said that they're I don't think they're moving forward with it, which is probably, honestly, with the way Hot Toys did theirs, I think it's probably
wait. Repeat that again. What did they say?
Oh, John said InArt is no longer doing the Black Adam.
Oh, okay. Would you like to speculate why that would be?
Because Hot Toys killed it with theirs.
Exactly. That goes to show that they're scared to even bother making their crappy product when Hot Toys already came out with theirs, and it'll blow it out of the water. That's why they don't even want to bother making it. And there goes everything you need to know about the company. Go ahead.
No, I think they missed the boat, right? Obviously, they should have launched it closer to the movie. And two, Hot Toys is, you and I both have that figure. You have both of them. I mean, that's an amazing figure. I mean, there's just I don't know how much more you can improve on that.
Well, you know what they were going to do? I could tell you what they were going to do. You know what they were going to do for that Black Adam figure? They were going to get some outfit, and you know what
Right.
body they were going to use? They were going to use that Superman body that they're using for the for the Christopher Henry Cavill
Right.
BVS. They would have used a muscular body like that. That's
Right.
obviously nowhere near the one Hot Toys used, and it would have been a more slimmed down figure than the one Hot Toys made, and people would have been like, "What the hell is this?" And it would have been a nightmare. And you
Right.
cannot compare whether it's the DX30 or the 31 to anything.
No, those figures are amazing. Those figures were just standouts for Hot Toys. So
Yep.
yeah.
O3 Mill says, doesn't Queen Studio do Iron Man? I believe they do. Don't they do those statue things? Those
They do statues and busts, I think.
the bus. That's what the bus I've seen, but making a bus is not a 1/6 scale figure, and Queen Studios is not InArt. So so that's not even
the engineering that Hot Toys puts into those Iron Man
exactly.
figures is
You
just,
cannot.
it's amazing.
I don't care what you try to do. You cannot compare the two companies. They're just not at that same. It's not anywhere. It's not a conversation. That's why it's frustrating that these shills talk all this shit about a company they don't know anything about.
And look, John has said it himself, right? On multiple streams where he said it, they can't even touch the Star Wars and Marvel IPs and the Disney IPs in general, because Disney, unlike Warner Brothers, is very protective of those IPs. And when they're happy with the company, they're happy with that company. And they said it. There's a company right now that has those two licenses, the Disney license, and we can't get it. We can't even get in the door.
Jay Hunter, welcome. Jay Hunter wants some Dragon Ball Z. Enterbay years ago did Piccolo. It did
from the movie.
From the movie, right?
I have those terrible.
Dragon Ball Z,
that terrible movie.
Z Evolution, I think it was called.
Yeah.
So I have the Goku and I have the Piccolo.
I have both too.
Oh my god. The Piccolo's nice. The Goku, but the Piccolo I like.
The Piccolo's okay. They were supposed to do the girl from the movie. I forget her name.
I thought so.
or something.
Yeah, I thought and they never did.
Because the movie tanked so badly.
Yep.
So.
I remember seeing her, and I thought that's why I was like, don't I have another one? Because I remember there was supposed to be 3.
Yeah, they never released her.
Brett says I have a shirt in our. This guy, unbelievable. Barry, welcome. Oh my God, where have you been? Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Well, I am back. He's been MIA for like 3 weeks. Oh man. My son's middle name is InArt. Imagine. Oh man. I got a tattoo of InArt. Can you imagine?
Oh, no.
Unbelievable. All right, guys. So our next topic, which is kind of exciting a little bit. So it looks like Hot Toys Japan posted a little announcement tease picture poster thing here at Toy Sapiens, which is Japan. Obviously, this is the store that they have in Japan. Like they have Secret Base and Rebel Base and Echo Base in Hong Kong. So a lot of people are hyped, right? I saw a few people thinking that they were going to reissue the part 2 figures that are out already. I don't think so. Can they? Of course. I don't think so. Rudy and I already spoke on what is coming, but Rudy, forget that conversation. What would you have expected from this line if you hadn't seen what is coming?
If we hadn't had our discussion, I would have thought potential reissue of the figures.
The 2.0s.
I don't know if they would have done 2.0s or if it would have been a straight reissue.
Do you consider the first Marty McFly, remember they made him twice, right? The one and then the second one with Einstein and then the original one with the guitar and all that stuff. Would you consider the one with Einstein a 2.0 or you just call it just another release?
They updated the sculpt a little bit, right?
A lot.
So once you change the sculpt, I think that's a 2.0. As soon as you update the sculpt, I think that becomes a 2.0.
Do you have both or no?
No, I have the first one. I have the
original one.
I was happy with the original one, and
the original is the better one.
I actually really like that with the guitar special edition, so I was happy with that one.
The glasses, the sunglasses.
Yep. And then the only thing that was tempting about the second one was Einstein.
Right. That's
Right.
what you had. That's why I had to get the second one for Iceman.
But I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I can't. I don't have all that money. I spend my money on stuff I shouldn't. So
108 toys. Unreal.
108 toys.
Unbelievable.
Toys.
How dare you?
It's license. It's what's the character? Oh my god, Castor Troy. Come on, I needed to have one of those figures in my collection.
Artisan Einstein heard it here first. Imagine. So
That's the
guys,
next phase of Artisan.
so that's what we thought, right? So we saw this, we're like, oh, we'll
Right.
see what it is. But what is actually coming, guys, you guys are going to be blown away, because first, before I spoil it, let me show you guys. Where did it go? Here we go. No. No. Hey, where'd it go? Hey. Oh, whoo. I got scared. I was like, did I lose it? If you don't use it, you lose it. So, guys, bow. So, as you can see, this is what's coming from part 2. These were, again, another set of figures that were teased. Do you remember, Rudy? Again, years ago.
I had forgotten about this until
Yep.
you pulled this picture up.
Yep.
Because then I remembered these popped in. I was like, oh my god, I forgot that they had even teased these figures at one of the SDCC or or one of their conventions overseas.
Yep.
I had forgotten about this, but yeah.
So, guys, as you can see, this is what's coming from part 2. I don't know if you guys remember also that Present Toys started making these figures from part 2, right? So you have the School Badass, Mars Toys School Badass, not Present Toys. I said Present Toys. I meant Mars Toys. You got the extra body for the figure if you want to do the alternate outfits, because you get like 3 outfits with these figures. And you got here Doc Time. So he's got the 2 different outfits, right? And then also another Mars Toys 1/6 male head sculpt. So I guess they're selling you the head sculpt alone here. But these are the figures, again, that are coming from Mars Toys for part 2. And these are the Hot Toys figures from part 2. So for those who didn't know, see, as you can see the shirt, right? Mars Toys made one of them like this with the mouth open. The one thing I'm already annoyed about is there is absolutely no way that we're going to get another Doc Brown with an open mouth.
They got to change that sculpt.
And no, wait. And you got the holes for the glasses for the 3rd time. No. What do you think of this?
No, so actually, I'm still waiting for that Back to the Future 1 Doc Brown to go on sale, because I refuse to pay retail for that one.
What, with the Einstein you're talking about?
No, the one from the first one with the radiation
with the white
suit and all that.
With the white suit.
Because the sculpt just clearly was just they dumped the old sculpt onto the new body, onto the new figure. I just
Wait, you're talking about the white suit one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that one still has the same thing that you pointed out. It's got the
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the 3rd set.
So there's no, if they reuse this sculpt for the 3rd time, that's kind of going to be ridiculous.
See,
like,
here
they
it
need
is.
to give you a new sculpt.
Here it is. So here's the DeLorean from part 2. We already got that in hand for those who bought it, right? And here is Marty McFly from part 2. And then here is it says Dr. Emmett Brown. Again, so we're gonna get the same bases that we just got for the last set, right? Which is the oval ones, these old schoolish looking ones. They're still not the oval ones, but
no, these are the hexagonal ones, right? These are the
yeah, but they're not the endgame ones. They're like the
the
long ones. And so as you can see, guys, very basic figure. They're not showing you a lot of anything. He's got a long coat, Doc Brown. He's got the yellow shirt, brown pants. He's got boots, right? He's got a magazine, Marty. He's got the black leather jacket. He's got the what is it? What do they call it? Fedora?
The fedora, yeah.
The fedora. You got jeans, sneakers, and again, they're not showing you many accessories at all. They're not showing you that he's holding anything or grabbing anything besides the magazine. So what can they what do you think they're gonna add to the figures as accessories, if anything? Because remember, I don't know if you remember, but the very, very first Doc Brown, the Yellow Jacket one,
Right.
came with a billion things.
Right.
Like little bunch of gadgets here that were part of the movie. Then the second one, the white suit, came with a ton of stuff that go on the actual suit.
First movie, yeah.
It comes with the clocks and all the bunch of stuff that you got to put on him.
Right.
And then the third version is obviously comes with two different versions. You could do the sports coat jacket or the long coat jacket with the rifle, right? And now this is going to be the fourth version. So what do you think he's coming with?
I'm trying to remember the movie. I mean, he's got the radio, right, that he uses to talk to Marty. So they're probably gonna throw in a radio so you can have him like talking to him. I'm trying to think what else he comes with. He doesn't come with from this look. I don't think he has much.
Because remember from the second movie, what did he have?
Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow jacket. He had the yellow jacket. He had the yellow glasses, or the glasses, not the yellow glasses, the glasses. But he came with a lot of stuff, binoculars, like these weird
That figure,
things.
yeah, but this version, because I'm thinking specifically about this version. I'm looking up pictures.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I don't remember at all.
Because this is,
Bob
I think,
says-
from the last, yeah.
Bob says, I get it. It says part 2 under Toy Sapien, but are we sure it's second movie? It is the first movie logo. That is true too, Bob. Good call. But it's true. It does say part 2, Back to the Future Retro Sapiens part 2. So does it mean part 2 Back to the Future part 2? Or what the hell's Retro Sapiens part 2? You know what I mean? I don't know what that means. But let's assume it's this, right? We're going to assume it's this. I don't know why they would, try to do that, but we'll see. But shout out to Bob. He was the one who got these pictures anyway. So
yeah, no, but he's right. He's right. It just says Back to the Future.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's it's a great point. Back to the Future, but then the part 2 is after this, not not the 2, the Roman numeral 2, like the logo, right? So great call, Bob. Look at that.
Yeah, that's actually.
So guys, so make sure you don't go spending all your money on anything yet, because we're not 100% sure if this is what's coming. Let's hope it is, right? Let's hope it is. Unless they did this on purpose to not give it away that it was them. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to think, because they just gave, well, they did the Marty McFly 2.0 from the first movie, right? They gave us Doc Brown from the first movie. So
we got everything.
Exactly. The thing is, what else could we possibly get?
Well, these are the only ones missing.
So exactly, that's why these two. It could just be like a broad Back to the Future license,
right?
I mean, listen, I'd love a Hot Toys Biff Tannen. I'd probably be more inclined to get that than the Mars Toys version.
Barry says Hot Toys should do a Biff Tannen and George McFly.
Right. I mean, Biff Tannen maybe more likely, but I think these two are the ones that are left. Right. And I could see them selling the Marty with a real leather jacket, because he's, that would be, again, he's going to be light on accessories.
Yes.
So that could be their.
That would be a sick leather
nice looking jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice, because then you could use it for your Fonzie.
Right. Right. You could. Listen, that's a good looking jacket right there.
Don't you have one?
A Fonzie? No.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you got one.
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know the one. Yeah.
I
know. Yeah.
Let's assume it's Retro Sapiens part 2. What exactly? That's exactly what I just asked. What is part 1? What does that mean? So it could be the figures, but Bob brings up a good point.
Right, and Bob is saying, right, part 1 was them dropping the DeLorean. Part 2, and I think that's where they teased the DeLorean from part 3 as well.
Part 1 was them dropping the DeLorean part. Oh, look at that. I mean, it could be, anything's possible, right? But I don't see, like Rudy said, I don't see anything else. We got 2 from part 1, 2 Martys from part 1, 1 Doc Brown.
Right.
We got part 2, Marty and Doc Brown. We got
Right.
part 3, Marty and Doc Brown. So what else has Hot Toys teased ever? That's it.
This is it, right?
Yeah, and from part 2, which makes sense. So it's the figures, guys.
I think if we get anything, it's going to be these two.
I want my Artisan Joker. I know that's going to be a sick figure.
Or Hot Toys is going to surprise you with the time machine train from the end of the third
The
movie.
train. Question for you: Would you buy an Artisan Doc Brown?
It would depend on which version.
Which version would you want?
If I got one from the original movie, new
Uh-huh.
sculpt, artisan version, that would be very tempting.
Would you want open mouth or regular? Like just
No, I want a different sculpt. Let's
Yeah,
update
right.
the sculpt as well. It can't be the same thing just with rooted hair. No way.
What
But
about
that would be tempting.
What about a rooted Marty?
No, I don't think so. Again, I'm gonna be the artisan line. I think I'm gonna be very picky with. It's gonna depend on the characters. Like Jack Sparrow was one. Scarlet Witch. I really like the look of the artisan version, but I think it's gonna be on a case by case basis. I don't know that I would immediately jump on a rooted Marty. I'd probably be more inclined to jump on an artisan Indiana Jones.
Now old Indiana Jones or young Indiana Jones?
Young Indiana, like we're talking Raiders of the Lost or Temple of Doom, something like that. You know, not old Indy.
Artisan Ignatowski. Artisan
Okay.
Jennifer. It's a Toy Sapien store exclusive.
I hope not.
Or something. Oh, it's a Tyson. Oh no.
No, is this gonna be like what was the one that you had to pay for that I envy that you have? The guy from Shang-Chi?
The
Wenwu?
Wenwu suit version.
Oh, I hope it's not like that.
Well, no, that Wenwu was it was wasn't it Hong Kong or Shanghai or something?
That was some exclusive that we didn't get in the States. You had
Well,
to
no, but
try
that was strictly Hong Kong. Yeah, that was
Right.
but they have like Japan exclusives too.
It's rare. It's rare when
very
they do
rare.
that.
Yep.
And that's why I'm hoping this come up.
You know what figure they made that I'm gonna get it soon. I already have it. That's kind of cheap. Thank God. The Japan exclusive Loki, Endgame Loki with that scepter base.
Yes.
It only came out in
one.
Japan. It only came out in Japan. I still don't have it. I have 2 Endgame Lokis displayed right now.
Right.
I have 3 Avengers Lokis from the original, the original figures.
Right.
And the only reason why I haven't gotten that one is because, like, what the hell am I going to do with a third Loki? Where am I going to put a third Loki? Just for that scepter base. So that's why I haven't gotten it, but I could get it for like $270, which I'm so happy about.
Oh, that's a great deal right now.
Oh, I know.
Great
That
deal.
thing was over. It was like 400 and something at one point because it was exclusive.
Oh, man.
So it was crazy. Barry says, I just got the Shanghai Captain America. It was a nightmare, but yeah, the one with the Endgame gauntlet. That one's a good one.
Remember that one too, yeah.
That was a great, great, great figure. And then, guys, I think, let me see if I think I have one more topic that I wanted to get into. And if I don't, we're out of here, guys. We did it. We did it. All right, so let me just make sure. No, we're good with that. We're good with that. We're good with that. Let's see. And then Rudy, don't leave. Don't go anywhere because we're gonna do the figure of the week. You've never done that. You've never done.
I've never done it. Oh,
no, you've never done it. So good.
All right. Let's see.
So let's see.
I'm starting to look now what I got.
Let's see if you collect. Let's see this. Let's see what you have in stock. All right, now. So we're gonna do the wheel. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'll have to walk away for a second to find something, unless it's Marvel.
All right, let's see. Here we go, guys. Here we go. You tell me if it lands on what do you call it? On Star Wars. I knew it.
I only got one for me. That's gonna be Reba.
It's all right. Take her.
All right, let me get her.
It's all right. I'll do mine. Oh, Marvel Mail. Oh, I got a good one. I got a good one, guys. I'll be right back. You ready, Rudy? All right, I'll go first. So, just because he was handy and he's going to be a big deal very soon, if not already. This beauty. So, the reason why he's out is because, as you guys know, they are shipping the So Toys Gentle Moon, the Mr. Knight figure. So I have him out ready to be head swapped, ready to be used for the Social Toys head sculpt. And I ordered a second one for obviously to have him like this, fully regular Moon Knight version. And also, guys, I told you that I had ordered two Mr. Knights, one shipped already from kghobby.com. The second one hasn't shipped yet for whatever reason, but I hope it's shipping soon. And I can't wait. Also, I'll be getting that Khonshu figure at some point from 16kit.com. He has it available. And this is my figure of the week, guys. Look at that. Beautiful. One highlight of this figure is this cape, guys. This thing is insane. So this obviously comes from the very, very thick wiring. And not only is it wired on the sides, but it's wired in here as well to give you that full super open cape look as you saw on the show. Crazy, right? This is a great figure. This is a great figure. Oh my God, this is such a hit. One thing I do wish, so guys, even though we know he's a small character, small figure, I wish he was a little bit beefier, a little bit more muscular. That would have limited some of the articulation 100%, but I feel like if he would have been a more muscular figure, I think he would have looked a little bit better. More like comic book-ish muscle. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right. You got Star Wars female. So tell us about Reva.
Not Reva.
Oh, you got
Captain Phasma.
Phasma.
From the like I was saying, I went deep in that original what's it called? That original The Force Awakens line when I thought everything was gonna be a hit. And it's actually a really impressive figure.
It's a very good figure.
And she's tall, man. She's massive. And the detail work on the armor, you can't really see it, but it's got all that speckling on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like spotted with dirt.
Yeah, especially on the fall, and it's super reflective. I mean, I know they redid the version from the second movie, but by that point I was kind of done. But this is cool. And then she had the very cool looking
yes, the blast
rifle too, right? Very bigger scale. See, I was collecting back in the day, Fabs.
Right? What would you rate that figure? 1 to 10?
Probably I'd probably give it a 9 or an 8. It's nice, but it's just a trooper. It's a funkier trooper more than that. So
right.
Without a sculpt, I always feel a little hard pressed to give it a higher rating.
And those helmets, we have like 13 figures from that line for those stormtroopers with those helmets.
You know which one was the only one I missed out on, and I had it in my cart.
Which one?
For everybody who complains about the queue, remember the one that came out with the fin with the bloody handprint?
Yes.
I had it in my cart, and this was right when I was like, do I really need another trooper? And then it sold out. This was back when there was no queue, and you were just like.
And the crazy thing is, I have one brand new sealed right now.
Do you?
No. So
you got me all excited. Terrible.
No, that was
Terrible.
a great figure though. That's like, my favorite thing about that figure is the sweat on the forehead. That
That's
just
a great sculpt.
alone makes the
Yeah.
whole figure because
Right.
he shines off of him. Joker just said he's back up. Yes, so Moon Knight has sold out on Toys for Kiddos. He's back up. If you guys need him from toysforkiddos.com, because you can't find him anywhere. You cannot find him anywhere, at least as far as I know. He's gone in most places. So if you guys do look for him on toysforkiddos.com, don't forget to use the coupon code FabsFigures. And you get, I believe, 50 Hong Kong dollars off. Oh my God, I got a crazy eyelash in my eye right now. Killing me. Oh my God.
You all right?
Like, no, I got it like an eyelash dead in my eye, and I'm blinking and it's like poking me in the eye. Oh my God. All right, we're good. Oh my God, what the hell? Bob says, love Moon Knight. O3B says, Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. Nice, Rudy.
Yeah.
He said Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
Listen, this is when we all thought she was going to be a bigger role and they had their shit in order. Oh, sorry.
All
Did I
I
just
know,
monetize you?
all I know is that when I was watching the movie, I see this badass trooper looking thing, and I was like,
Yep.
that's awesome. And then the moment she spoke, I was like, what the hell's happening right now? Because I thought it was a male. I thought it was a male trooper. And then that robotic female voice came out. I was like, what's happening right now?
Well,
So,
she was played by that Gwendolyn Christie, I think, from Game of Thrones. It's the same thing, right? Force Awakens set up so many good storylines and so much good possibilities that the rest of the other two movies just squandered, which is a shame.
Yeah. Joker just says Toys for Kiddos has Moon Knight $316 right now.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah,
That's not a bad price at all.
Right, free shipping, right? Unless you pay for UPS, which is $68 more or $63 more, whatever it is. You'll get free shipping, and like I said, with the coupon code, you get 50 Hong Kong dollars off, whatever that is in exchange, right? Then you'll get that off, whether it's $10, $12, $11, I don't know what it is, but if you use the coupon code, you'll get a discount off of that final price, which is $316.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Rudy, what are you expecting? Are you waiting for any figures at all or no?
I'm waiting for you were talking about it, the Moon Knight from the So Toys at Mr. Knight.
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting. I got that from TNS Figures, and I'm waiting
good.
for that one to ship.
Okay.
And then my Scarlet Witch got delayed. And then the only one that I just got in, which I'm super excited about to get, opened finally.
Oh, wait. Let him see it. Hold on. When did you get it? Today?
It literally got here 30 minutes before we went on.
Oh, nice.
So
when are you making the video?
Probably for next week at this point.
What's today? Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, today's Tuesday. So kids are off from school, so I gotta do a bunch of stuff with them. But next week.
I was gonna say it takes you that long to make a video, but I didn't know that the kids were off.
Yeah, no. And then I got stuff queued up. I got the Cable review going up, even though that's an older figure. That's a great figure though, man.
Yeah, look at what Barry's saying. Moon Knight might be a sleeper. Absolutely. I could tell you this.
Oh yeah.
I could tell you this. It's already selling out because of Mr. Knight. Okay?
Yeah.
Not only that, but don't forget you got the Thunder Toys Conchu, right? You had that S Hero figure, Mr. Knight, that's garbage. Right. And then you have that came with that Conchu head, which is going to look retarded on the 1/6 scale, body, right? When Conchu is supposed to be a god and he's supposed to be huge. So this is the figure I'm telling you guys about, just for those who may not know which one it is. But this figure, once this figure is out, a lot of people are gonna want this too. They're gonna it's gonna make the what do you call it? The line, that much more, not the line, the figure, the Moon Knight figure, that much more wanted. Especially if you got the Mr. Knight. Even if you got one Mr. Knight, one Moon Knight, and this, forget it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna look awesome together.
Absolutely.
I've got this one. I day one pre-ordered this.
And
as a Marvel guy, I had to get it.
And not only that, but the what was I gonna say? There was something else. Oh, the gods, the TB League gods. Remember those?
You could technically, yeah, no, I've seen them coming out. Trust me, I've been tempted to get some of those, but
Well, the
I
one
think
that came with the one that belongs with this one has been sold out for like 2 years
right,
already. But
right,
if you have them, period, they look amazing with Moon Knight.
yeah. Look at this, and Thunder Toys isn't bad from a third
No,
party company.
Thunder
That
Toys is very decent. They're
they're
very, very decent.
decent, right? Again,
Yeah,
don't
I
expect
don't
Hot Toys, but
correct. No, but they make a decent product. They're not, even though they're cheap quality because they're, third party, they're
right.
still very good. They're very, very good.
And
I
like you
don't
said,
complain about Thunder Toys.
scale wise, this is in scale. This is a
Correct.
taller figure.
It's huge.
Yep.
Let me see if they tell you the height.
I think it's in one
Uh,
of the pictures actually.
no, I don't tell you. Oh,
Yeah,
but
it
they
should be
tell
in
you
one of the pictures.
centimeters though.
Hold on, we'll convert
Yeah,
it.
I think they tell you centimeters. Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. Yeah, no,
I
it's
remember
not.
they had one when it went up on order on once
No, they do.
again.
They usually do tell you, just so you could get, because they'll show you like a picture of Moon Knight, and they'll show you here it is. See, look at that.
Yeah, yeah. Look at
Right?
how look at the scale. I mean,
Here it is,
there is
60 centimeters and 49 centimeters. So you got the staff is 60 centimeters. You got the figure being 49 centimeters.
so the figure is gonna be 20 inches tall, and the staff is gonna be 24 inches, so 2 feet for the staff.
Can
This
you
thing is gonna be
imagine?
massive.
Yo, that's gonna be insane. You know how
This-
amazing that's gonna be, like together though.
oh, with the 3 figures, with the So
Yeah.
Mr. Knight, the Moon Knight, and this guy, it's gonna be an amazing like display.
Oh, it's gonna be so sick. I haven't even pre-ordered this yet. I have to order it soon.
Oh, I ordered it already. As soon as it came out, anything Marvel third party, I always worry that it's gonna sell out because some of them do, right? They're not big batches.
Right.
So I have to order anything Marvel. That's kind
And
of my thing.
you
So
know what the scary part is? Having to overpay for a cheap third party. That hurts. That hurts.
you know which one I passed on, and I'm dreading having to do it in third party. The who is it? The Russian guy from Black Widow.
Oh, he was
The Russian Captain America.
yeah. He was
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian, yeah.
I think there was a third party company that did him, and I passed on him because he was like super skinny. He didn't look right, and I always thought somebody's gonna do a better version, and nobody ever did it. And now I'm like, do I dare try to pick it up on the secondary market and overpay for a figure that is worth no more than 140, 150 bucks? And I haven't been able to justify that one for myself.
Which one? Which figure was it?
It was the Red Guardian from like a third
Oh,
party
the
company.
cheap one. Yeah.
It's super cheap, super
Yeah, yeah.
ugly.
They
I
made
passed on it.
they made the what was it? The Blue Beetle too. That same company, wasn't it?
Oh, was that the same
I
company?
think so. And then I think didn't they make let me see actually.
Wait, did you get the Blue Beetle? Order it or no?
No, I didn't.
Are you gonna get it?
I want to. I may. I didn't pre-order it, but I may just to have it. But I haven't done anything with it yet. Let me see if we can find it here.
Hold on, let's see.
The Red Guardian.
Let's see if I can find the name for you.
But the name, yeah, it's the name. That it's they didn't name
Guardian.
it. They didn't name it Red Guardian. They named it some other thing.
It is
Here it is.
from
Okay.
Toys Laboratory, I think.
No, this was not it.
No, it is. Hold on.
No, that
I'll
was
tell you
it.
right now. I got it. It's the Red Commander from Toys Laboratory.
Red Commander.
Red Commander from Toys Laboratory.
There it is.
That's it.
Yeah, so Toys Laboratory is a company that it's probably related to Toys Battalion or something because I never heard of
Era, right?
Toys Era. Yeah, I never heard of this. But yeah, no, I would never. You have this in hand?
No. Even for me, this was a figure that I just couldn't justify buying because it looked terrible.
Look at that. Yeah, look at that. That's
and
horrible.
I was like, and I told myself somebody's gonna make a Red Guardian from that movie.
Hot Toys teased it.
Hot Toys teased it, and I kept waiting for them, and no, nobody ever made it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, I wouldn't get this. I would not get this.
And look at how much it's going for. It's not much, but do I really want to spend $230 for
Nah,
this?
and it's not going to be to scale. He's going to be shorter. You know what I mean?
He's already looking skinny, right? And he's not a
Exactly.
skinny.
And he's a fat guy, so yeah,
Yeah,
that's not. And that's why I don't bother with a lot of these. Even though I in the past I would always buy these third parties just to complete lines, even if they
right,
were crap, right? Just to have the representation of whatever was made in the collection.
right.
Now it's like, yo, what is the point? Like, even
Especially,
to
yeah,
complete a line, if it's not worth it, I'm not buying it because it's not worth it.
yeah,
Like, depending on the figure, I'll suck it up and be like, all right, this is a must. I need it. But like, this would be great with the Black Widow line, right?
right.
With what the hell was his name?
The Taskmaster.
The Taskmaster, right?
Yep.
So having snowsuit Black Widow, the regular Black Widow,
Yelena.
Elena, so that
Taskmaster. Yeah.
would, you would have the whole line right there, and would it look amazing? Absolutely. But I am not wasting $200, even if it's 180 on this. No,
Right.
it's not worth it. It looks ugly as hell.
That's the thing, and this was usually I'll do the same thing. Like I buy a lot of third party, especially Marvel, to finish up lines, and that one, it was just something I couldn't I couldn't pull the trigger on it, and I ended up just passing on it. But I still have second thoughts.
Brad, let me send me a figure so I could review it. Oh my god. Brad, the code is FabsFigures. If you're talking about toysforkiddles.com, they give you a discount and you could get and it's not a one-time use either. You guys use that code every single every single order. And one thing I'm going to tell you guys is try to order one item at a time so you get more of a discount per order. If you order 4 things in a cart and you apply the order, it's only going to be 50 every single time, right? So if you do 4 items, you're only going to get 50. So if you do each item separately and check out separately, you get 50 each time. So if you got 4 items, instead of only getting 50, if you check out 4 times, you got 200. So do it that way. So you don't just, if you're going to place an order for multiple things, don't put them all in one cart. Do them all separately so you could benefit from getting the discount every purchase rather than just the one time under multiple items. Let me see. Very decent equals amazingly average. Not a bad head sculpt. No. You love it. Rudy, so you were expecting what figures?
Right now, it's just the Mr. Knight, the Moon
Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
Did you order? You didn't order the
Don't get
the
me
old
started.
man. The old man.
Don't get me started on that one.
Why?
Because I thought I'd be able to order him later, and now he's sold out everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I thought because even like I'm waiting on the Deathstroke from Soso because he's still up on order, and I thought I don't need to pre-order right now. I'm trying to and I think Giant Toy still had him, and then they released the pictures, and Giant Toy sold out. So
of the Deathstroke too?
No, of the Old Man Logan.
Oh, the Old Man Logan. No, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I got 2 because I don't know if you saw. Actually, this was I knew I forgot something. Hold on. They just showed, guys.
Oh, Bob just said William Wang. I'm gonna try to reach out to him. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate that.
Oh, true. Yeah, he could get you that stuff. Guys, so it looks like I completely forgot. I knew I forgot something. It looks like Soso Toys came out with this head sculpt, okay, and a t-shirt, right? As a I guess accessories pack for the Old Man Logan figure. So it looks great. Obviously, as you can see, it's an angry head sculpt, right? One thing I was telling Bob about this was, why didn't they just make the figure a deluxe with the 2 head sculpts and make a regular one with just 1 head sculpt, right?
Right.
I don't know what they did this, but I already pre-ordered this head sculpt with the t-shirt on kghobby.com. I ordered it yesterday or today. I don't remember. But
so it is a pre-order because I saw Kit.
oh yeah, no, it's up for
Or
pre-order
not
already.
Kit. Kit doesn't do so sorry, but I saw somebody say that they didn't know how this was going to get delivered yet.
Right. No. So I bought this, like I said, on KG Hobby already. And so, like I said, I'm happy I bought 2 Logans because now I can use both head sculpts. You know what I mean?
Right. And then you could do the 2 looks.
Well, the 2 looks, not only that, but the t-shirt I'm not using. I don't think I'm using the t-shirt. I may to break up the look. You know what I mean? But I don't think here. Oh, here it is. See, like I don't really like this basic red t-shirt look at all. You know, like this is boring. That's boring. That's boring. You know what I mean? I may do it.
Sculpt, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the scope. But I would, if I'm gonna do the red shirt, it's gonna be with the short jacket, right? Not the long jacket. Because
Right.
this one looks better with the button like this, like way better like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So see, I would use the red t-shirt here, if anything. But I don't even like the red t-shirt at all. So I don't know if I'm going to bother. But what do you think of this? How do you rate this? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
It's okay. It looks good. I don't think it's their best sculpt, but it looks pretty decent.
Well, try not to put it down because you didn't get one and I got one. Imagine.
Yeah, I'm gonna start hating on every figure I'm not getting. You want me to become your typical YouTuber?
Oh my god. No, don't don't do
No,
that.
I think it's very decent. I think it's very decent. I think Soso has made some really impressive sculpts. I think this is pretty decent right now.
Now, question for you: would you have bought this if you had gotten the figure, or are you happy with the single one that it came with?
I think I would have been happy. I don't know that I needed the upgrade, the angry sculpt. I probably would have just kept the base sculpt that it came with.
You don't think it's a waste of a figure not having an angry Logan, knowing how he's one of his iconic, emotions? It's that crazy berserker barrage,
Kind of, but you don't need every Logan to be the angry looking Logan, right?
No, you don't need everyone being it, but give us the option to do so because that's just part of him.
Like, listen, I would have obviously liked to have, and I didn't get it, right? Which is shame on me. But this one, like, I obviously missed out on it right now, unless I'm after this, I'm going to try to reach out to William and see if I can pick one up. But I just like the stoic look right there. I like that look that he's got. And the thing is, I like to have the option, like when Hot Toys or any company gives us multiple head sculpts, I like having that option to kind of swap them around. But I stopped doing that, like buying 2 of the same figure just to get the 2 sculpts displayed, because I was starting to get, like, remember what the old Terminator Salvation line with the Marcus, right? They did. I got 2 of those, so I got 3.
I got 3 of those for the 3 looks.
You got the 3 looks.
3.
I just got 2 for the 2 looks.
I got 3. I had to get the leather jacket look.
Yes.
I had to get the long coat look.
Yes.
And I had to get a regular, just showing off the arm.
With the messed up head a little bit,
messed
right?
up head, yeah. Oh, I had to get 3 because I was not wasting those head sculpts. And for back then, those head sculpts are a 10 right now.
Oh, they're still amazing. They're still amazing sculpts. So there's no denying that. But yeah, no, I changed a little bit. So I'd be happy with just getting the basic figure. I don't know that I'd get the extra pack because, like you said, I don't need this red t-shirt. I like the look that he has with the basic sculpt. So yeah.
Better hit that boy Willie Wang ASAP. Yep.
That's why I said, Bob. I'm gonna reach out.
And guys, don't forget to hit that like button, please. There's 32 of you in here right now. Before you guys get out of here, the second head sculpt is Old Man Logan sculpt is so cheap. Yeah, it was something like $40-something, I believe.
Oh, that's it. That's not bad.
I think so. I think it was some 46. I want to say the whole kit was either 46 or 56, something like that. But yeah, it's worth it because, especially for me, because I got the 2. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I wish you would have had 1 at least.
I'll see. I'll try to get one.
I think no. You know what it is, and this is like why I always tell you, you were probably browsing for 108 toys, and you were really forgot that Soso Toys is better, and you missed out. Punisher says 7 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is not a head sculpt that looks super, super like realistic. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is actually, very okay. right? It looks very
Yeah,
sculpted.
it's
looks
okay.
very cheap.
Like I said, it's not the best one they've done, but it's not bad. It's a pretty decent sculpt overall.
Barry says the red T-shirt with the pre-order bonus jacket. See, and that's what I was gonna do. That's to break it up and make it look different. That was what I was gonna do. That look, the short jacket with the red T-shirt. But I'm like, I don't even like the red T-shirt, so I'm like, why would I even bother? But I think I'm gonna do it just to have the completely different full looks next to each other. And
Right.
obviously the angry head I want to do on the long jacket because I think it's gonna look more badass that way.
Yeah.
Fabs hates inside. It's Guy. So Logan works at Target now. You guys are nuts. There's a rumor that Henry Cavill might be playing Mr. Sinister. I heard. I don't know if it's true, but I heard. Can you imagine?
Supposed to be playing? Is it? Well, that supposedly he signed a deal for something,
Right.
and then there's a rumor that he's also going to be playing a version of Logan in Deadpool and Wolverine, like a multiversal, one of the multiverse Logans. So it doesn't mean he can't be both, but that'd be pretty.
Oh, that is true. Albert says Logan for State Farm. All right, guys. So what am I expecting? Like I said, my one Moon Knight, Mr. Knight shipped, my Moon Knight shipped. I'm expecting my Death Strange, guys. So my Death Strange got lost. It got to customs here in New York and it disappeared on March 3rd. It never moved from tracking. I called the delivery company. Nowhere to be found. Obviously, they're like, well, after customs, they never moved because it's still over there. So whatever happened to the package, so it never came. So I'm going to be expecting that. So what happens is for those who don't know, so obviously I order from Toys for Kiddles, and how he deals with lost packages is from the moment the tracking stops moving, you get 30 days from that. So mine stopped moving March 3rd. He will ship my figure April 3rd. So what's today? Today's the 2nd.
So tomorrow.
Well, today over there.
Right, right.
So it's already Wednesday over there. So he should be shipping it. It's 10:37 p.m. here, so it's 10:37 a.m. there. Right? So he should be shipping that. So I can't wait to get that figure. Rudy's got his 2 months ago?
Yeah, I did actually. It's a great figure.
It's been 2 months already. I've been dying for that figure. And then obviously once that comes, I'll make the video for that. Also, guys, if you haven't checked out my latest video, I did my Pop Mart Gong Buzz Lightyear, right? Fully licensed figure, 1/7 scale, I believe. The first one was diecast, which is the reissue one we talked about last stream, the 2 streams ago. And this one is just a fully different, suited Buzz Lightyear. Very, very gorgeous figure. Really, really nice overall figure. I gave it a 10. The figure is perfect for what it is. So if you guys haven't checked out the video, please do so. Rudy, when are you coming back?
Hopefully next Tuesday, if not earlier. If Hot Toys doesn't drop any bombshells on us this week.
That is true. So guys, you're headed here first. He'll be back on Tuesday. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.